My booty voluptuous. Yeah, it's hard to jump with it. You cannot fuck with it. Hey, it's hard to jump with it. Hey,
my booty is large and voluptuous, scrumptily umptuous. It just be gushing with sauce when you brush with it. Up in the club, they be loving it, rubbing it when I be busting it down. Be honest, you were in love with it before the bubbling. Had your life crumbling, thoughts that are troubling, rubbish, and you just be fumbling whenever I start to bring it around. Wait, I see your bitch, see the bounce. She need to get to the pound. I see your bitch, you are a clown. Hey, wait. Yeah, hey. The 808's breaking the ground. The 808's breaking the ground. Ay, I think they need a new sound. Ay, my booty is big and it's round. Ay, it needs a Twitter account. Tweet it whenever it's out. Ay, tweet it if you need some clout. Ay, my booty is big and it's round. Ay, my booty is large and voluptuous, scrumptily umptuous. It just be gushing with sauce when you brush with it. Up in the club, they be loving it, rubbing it when I be busting it down. Be honest, you were in love with it before the bubbling. Had your life crumbling, thoughts that are troubling, rubbish, and you just be fumbling whenever I start to bring it around. My booty is large and voluptuous, scrumptily umptuous. It just be gushing with sauce when you brush with it. Up in the club, they be loving it, rubbing it when I be busting it down. Be honest, you were in love with it before the bubbling. Had your life crumbling, thoughts that are troubling, rubbish, and you just be fumbling whenever I start to bring it around.
Hello, yes, I would like a #1 with extra fries, extra large, and I need some mayo on my sandwich. Okay, extra mayo on my sandwich. Okay, there's mayo on my sandwich. Oh, I said mayo on my sandwich. Okay, I don't know there's mayo on my sandwich. There's mayo on my sandwich. Okay, there's yeah, there are mayo on my sandwich. Okay, hold up, did he just fuck on my sandwich? There is mayo on my sandwich. I don't know if that's mayo on my sandwich. Did he just fuck on my sandwich? Hold up, did he just fuck on my sandwich? There is mayo on my sandwich, and I don't know if there's mayo on my sandwich. Did he just fuck on my? Hold up, did he just fuck on my sandwich? If he did, then I won't have it. I'm gonna pull a katana now. It is time for subtraction. There is no time for relaxing, cause this man fucked on my sandwich. Fucked on my what? Fucked on my sandwich. Damn, he just fucked on my. Hold up, then you wanna fuck on my sandwich? There is no way you be the last man standing. I'ma give you the no cut it. I'ma give you the big boo like Gannon. Yeah, I'ma send you to another planet. I do not need no magical bandit. I'ma go in, no pain, no planet. Hold up. Fuck on my sandwich. This man just fucked on my sandwich. There ain't mayo on my, yeah, there ain't mayo on my sandwich. There ain't mayo on my sandwich. I don't know if there's mayo on my sandwich. Oh, did he just fuck on my sandwich? Oh, I don't really, yeah.
Dino on dough. Dino on D. Dino on D. Dough. Dino on dough. Huh? D. Dino on dough. Dino on D. Dino on dough. Okay. Dino on 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 Dino. I put Dino on top of a Dino, then I put Dino on Dino on Dino on Dino on Dino on Dino. Yeah, Dino on Dino. I saw Dino and Speedos. I thought it was weird. Dino and Speedos. Dino was eating Doritos. Cool Ranch. Dino Doritos. Dino also eating Fritos. Also good. Dino Burritos. Dino was vibing in Kokomo. Key Largo. Dino Montego. Dino was shooting some free throws at the YMCA. Dino did free throws. Dino was trying to drop some pounds. Yeah. Dino on keto. Dino was way too damn cute. I might eat him up. Dino Burrito. It's always sunny when Dino is free though. That's why I call him Dino DeVito. Dino on Dino. Dino on Dino on Dino on Dino. Dino on 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 playing with Dino on Meebo. Dino on Dino on Lido. Dino on Dino. Dino on 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 Dino. I put Dino on top of a Dino, then I put Dino on Dino on Dino on Dino on Dino on Dino. Yeah, Dino on Dino. Dino on 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 Dino on
Dito on Dito on Dito on Dito. I put Dito on top of a Dito. Then I put Dito on Dito on Dito. On Dito on Dito on Dito. Yeah, Dito on Dito.
People pug, wow.
Pog.
Audio. Chat.
People pug, wow.
Yo.
Is this a new wine about it? No. Maya looks strange. Why? You got a problem? You like our outfits? Check us out, dude. We got these at the Walmart. They're 3D. These are puffy. Cats. Yo!
Wow.
Athens, thank you for the
171 resubbed for 2 months.
People pug, wow.
Thank you.
Dang.
Score resubbed Yo. for 10 months.
Thank you for the 10 months.
People
Yo.
pug, wow.
Miri Alice.
Maria West resubbed for 12 months.
Thank you for 12 months. That's a year.
Sex ed class Peepo
The
Pog.
Walmart, yes. Oh yeah, so we have snacks. And we have 805s, which is very important. Are they that good? No. I got a Christmas tree. That's a baby.
People pug, wow. Wow.
Peepo Hey.
resubbed for 5 months.
Peepo Hey.
Sorry. Look at my Christmas tree.
Wow. Wow.
3D Cats Cat Jam.
Can you lift up the coffee table? Oh my god, welcome to my freaking living room. What the hell? They've never seen this. Except on YouTube.
Oh,
This is my living room. This is where I watch the television. Yes, this table does pop up. Double alert, ding dong.
People pug, wow.
Jesse resubbed for 6
People pug,
months.
wow.
Maya he yo.
I don't know where she just went.
I fixed it.
Yeah, the table does lift up, like this section like lifts up and out like it's like a There he is. The cutest. Like it's like a little like TV tray type table, but we can't do that with all this stuff on it. So sorry.
People pug, wow.
Akuma 5,959 resubbed for 5 months.
Thank you for the 5 months. Yeah, this whole thing lifts up. I got that because I live here by myself. I eat alone every day. I'm not going to sit at a dining table by myself and eat. It's depressing. So I have a table and this is where I eat, and then I put things on the TV. My TV's right there. Apartment tour. That's my gallery wall. I have things. That's Bean. Right there, of course. And this is Sammy. Chat, today's a very special day.
I know.
Thank you for the sub.
Sage gifted a tier 1 sub to Habs Lights.
We've been very, very excited about this stream. It's very important. I did not know what to title this. Stream. I don't even remember what I made the title.
I think like Sex in the Wild Kingdom
Sex
or
in,
something.
Sex in the Animal Kingdom with Sammy.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be talking about animal sex, about all the different kinds of adaptations.
DKPW underscore 0 resubbed for 22 months. Almost 2 years POC.
I remember why.
El Katrine subbed for the first time.
Thank you. I remember why I forgot.
Wow.
Salty underscore Miss
Why this is important?
19 months.
No,
We're exciting?
I keep forgetting this phone, and then
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh shit, I forgot my alerts phone. But the reality is I probably shouldn't have alerts on. Thank
Oh.
you, Salty, Elka, DK, Ham Sliced, Akuma, Saints. Thank you so much.
You guys are probably gonna see this a few times. As amazing as these outfits are, and they are because they have
Pockets.
and everything.
Ooh.
But it made me actually see the height difference in Maya and I, because I'm really tall. Look at the line. What the fuck?
Wait, what is
but-
is this where your vagina is? Where? How? What the hell? Oh my god.
Mine's right there.
That's crazy.
But you will see like my legs like half the time because it is very short on my legs and it is perfectly long on hers.
Chat, it's gonna be a lot of poggos today, okay? This is what this stream is for. I was gonna do it in the studio at Alveus, right? And then I was like, you know what? I don't think this is for there. I think this is for my apartment on my stream. No, I'm not drunk already. I haven't had any alcohol yet.
No.
Kilo 17 resubbed for 5 months. Pogo.
Pago, thank you. Here's chat.
Space
Oh, it's
Neons
also right
resubbed
there.
for 5 months.
I can
Actually,
read it right
that's
there.
delayed, I think. Chat, but type of 1. Oh, never mind. That's actually damn close. We have chat on the TV, and I have it on my phone. So, all right, here's the deal for today. Sammy knows a lot about animal reproduction and animal sex. I've recently learned quite a bit about reproduction and animal sex. We're just going to talk about it. We're going to talk about lots of very fun topics, animal sex in the animal kingdom. It's going to be a really good time. It's going to be super pogo. We're also going to get drunk. We bought 805s. I'm just going to turn these down a lot.
Yeah.
But thank you,
We
Uber.
bought these because when Maya used to intern for me, it was mainly what we drank. Obviously, we lived in the 805.
It's the area code.
Yeah, it is the area code. Now it's like a really big beer, but it was everything we drank every day. After we finished the zoo, we all had 805s. Maya gets drunk off of like half of one.
One.
My little
Oh,
one-shot
God.
wonder.
CR96 resubbed for 19 months.
But it's very nostalgic for us, so we had to go out in Texas and find 805 beer, which is not as hard as I thought it was going to be, because at first they only said they were going to sell 805 in the 805, and then 805 area code got like way bigger than it is. So
Am I really quiet? Farron just said that, but he's the only person I've. Fancy IPAs you've changed. Ooh, careful. That's very loud.
oh sorry.
It's okay. A little. Is this better? I can't turn it up very much. I can go turn the gain up. It's just gonna make it a little more sensitive. Do you want me to turn the gain up? A little. Can you make chat on screen smaller? Yeah.
I blacked out
Why?
on 805. Oh, Maya blacked. No, I've never seen Maya black out. I don't think.
Let me turn up the gain a little tiny bit. I have never blacked out on 805.
Yeah, I've never seen you black out. I don't think.
I blacked out.
I've never seen Maya black out. I've carried her home on her 21st birthday. I carried her from her truck into the house, but I've never seen her black out, unless she blacked out that night. But I don't really.
Is this better?
I don't know.
I don't even know. I think I got the right knob, but to be honest, I'm not completely sure. Yeah, Sammy did. It's the same. Maybe I did the wrong knob. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it for now. You tell me later if it's gonna be a problem. The other thing I'm concerned about, I thought my battery was fully charged. It has 1 bar. It's a fat battery, but I can't charge it while the stream is going. If it dies, we're actually fucked. It would be really unfortunate if it died. So I assume it's okay, but I'm honestly not really sure.
That'll be really sad.
That would be really actually sad.
That'll be really sad.
We would have to just like wait and then go live later or something. I don't know.
Be fine.
Just plug the camera in directly. I don't have a direct power source to the wall. The only thing that do I have an external? I have an external. You know what? If it dies, we might be able to do 2 separate external batteries. Let's handle this when and if it becomes a problem.
We let it charge for a little bit before we started, which is why we started so late. But
Alan Mendez, thank you for the tier 1. We also started late because I was late on the way home. We're all learning about sex. Yes. Okay. Should we just begin? Speaking of Pogo shit, really quickly.
cheers. You have to look me in the eyes, otherwise it's 7 years bad sex. You did not know that? Have you never heard that? When you cheers people, you're supposed to look them in the eyes. It is really bad luck in a lot of other countries because they say it's 7 years bad sex, like breaking a mirror. Yeah, so, okay,
You
now
want me to
you,
move
now you may
chat?
drink your drink.
Do you want me to take chat off? I'm gonna be honest, you guys are a little fucking needy, okay?
Wait, I want to see chat, kind of.
No, they just don't want it on the screen, but you can see it. So. Okay. Saved.
Ta-da.
No, I've never heard that. I was gonna say though.
Yeah.
Can I tell it what your
So
your
that
mom
was like
said?
a perfect intro to it. Yeah, go for it. I
What
don't
your
know what I
mom
said.
What your mom said when she called just before the stream. She goes, Sammy, on the last stream, did you see the people talking about your nipples? Because Sammy wasn't wearing a bra. And Sammy's like, no. And she's like, oh, I screenshotted a bunch for you. Of chatters, of comments in chat.
And I was like, well, maybe we'll address it this time since we're probably going to be talking a lot about nipples anyways. So yes, everyone, I have nipples.
All right, so animal sex. Ooh,
So do animals.
man,
I know. You did not miss it.
they're just not that good.
No, you drink IPAs, which is why we have IPAs in the fridge for after this. But this is our nostalgic beer.
Yeah,
Or we have
nostalgia.
IPAs for you. I won't drink IPAs.
I love nostalgia. Okay, where do we start? Should we just start exchanging stories? Where do you
Okay.
Just you start, and then I'll jump in later.
Um.
Sammy and I don't know what information we brought to this
No,
story, by the way.
that was the whole point. Like, I told Maya, I was like, you need to stop researching animal sex because
stop.
I was like, because I want you to be like so surprised. But there's literally so much that I could do like a 4-hour stream on just pseudo penises.
Pseudo penises.
Pseudo penises. Does everyone know what a pseudo penis is? A pseudo penis is not a penis. It looks like a penis, but it's not actually a penis, and it kind of functions like one. So, like, hyenas have a pseudo penis, and then there's like animals. Sorry, I just stuttered. There's animals that have like elongated clitorises, like a spider
hyena.
monkey. Yeah, like okay, this is
Okay.
gonna sound weird. Our spider monkey that is named Maya. I was trying to phrase that so
Super
that it
long
did
clitoris.
super long clitoris. It's
Yeah.
it's basically an elongated clitoris. So, but then there's like Maya, the spider monkey, that has like, it looks like she has a penis, so everybody assumes she's a boy, but she's not a boy. She's just got a really long clit. And then there's actual penises, and then there's like multi-headed penises and like split penises and like all sorts of
My
crazy
favorite
stuff.
pseudo penis, chat, okay, I will really quickly. I'm gonna be on my phone because Space is in my PC and I'm bringing up pictures so Space can put them on screen while we talk about things, okay? So that's why I'm like on
What's
my phone.
space?
Space is my production tech.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry,
my
this whole
favorite
world is
pseudo
foreign to me.
penis, my favorite elongated clitoris in the animal kingdom is a hyenas.
Yeah.
And Space has a picture and he's gonna put it on screen. This is very important. Hyenas have the longest clitoris ever. And they birth through it.
It's so cool.
They birth through it. They push a baby through it. I don't know if it's on screen yet.
Which
haven't-
actually would probably be way more convenient. I'm like, I don't want to set down the beer on the table.
It's okay.
Well, just because it's next to the mic, and I know it's loud.
fine,
So sorry, Chad, if I set it down and it's really loud. But there it is. Look at it in all
Hyena
its
clitoris.
glory.
That is a hyena clitoris.
That is
That's
a clitoris.
not a penis.
Do you know how long the average human clitoris is?
No.
I just learned this the other day.
How long?
It is anywhere between 2.5 to 4 inches.
No, it's not.
Yes, from the start of it, and I can't obviously go into our gross anatomy because this platform doesn't allow it. I mean, I guess since it's educational, but from the tip of it, it's not like it's elongated. It's where it starts and it goes, and it sits kind of like a wishbone. The nerves do. So the nerve cluster sits kind of like this, and then you've got the clitoris in between, like a wishbone. So boys, for your information, that might help you someday.
Oh no, it will not.
No.
No, it will not. The clitoris could
They
be.
have to be able to find it
The
first.
clitoris could be blinking and bright red, and they would not. That would not help them.
Sometimes it is. Who knows? You
What?
could put that kind of piercing in there.
Oh my god, you can get up to 8 piercings on your vagina. Where I got my nose piercing, 8 different ones on the same vagina. So we're getting derailed. A hyena clitoris. All right, so they
tell a
birth
story,
through
but
that. They're also the largest predator in Madagascar is fossa fusa. I never know which one to say. Fossa.
Some people
F-O-S-S-A.
pronounce it fossa. Some people pronounce it fusa. Disney pronounces it fusa. I've heard people in the like zookeeper and animal world pronounce it fossa and fusa. So
Same thing.
tomato.
They have a very similar situation, and I just was reading about how it's to discourage, like if females aren't reproductively ready, or young females that aren't reproductively ready, they have it, and then they also have glands that make them smell more male, so it protects them
Yeah.
when they're young and not ready for
Fusas also
insemination.
mutilate themselves when they're in heat.
Why?
If they don't mate, they will like rip themselves to pieces. I won't name zoos because I don't know if they want that being known, but we've seen inside zoos that they self-mutilate and they just rip, like, imagine getting attacked by a mountain lion over your whole body, just laying there while they just scratch you. That's what they look like. They're just bloody and raw, and they like
Thank you, Botox.
do that to themselves, and then they heal, and then they're fine, and then they.
Huh.
And I don't know, because they don't really, to our knowledge, they don't really have orgasms or anything. There's not a lot of things that do sex for pleasure, so it's like such a weird concept to think about something like self-mutilating because it's not having sex, and just like the hormonal imbalance that you have to feel to self-mutilate like that.
There are so many things to talk about.
I know.
We can talk about sex for pleasure in the animal kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about masturbation's not all that interesting, or I don't have all that much on masturbation.
Oh,
I think
there's
that,
so much masturbation in the animal kingdom.
no, I know, I just don't have that many facts on it. I think
I have some fun stories about that, but we'll save that for a later one, or maybe later tonight.
I think interesting penises is a good place to start. Now that we have a pseudo penis on screen, we talk about actual penises.
Okay, so we've seen the pseudopenis, which is also just an elongated clitoris, which you'll hear it referred to as one or the other.
I gotta get ready to
I think there
source
is actually a difference
664 is up for 4 months.
to that, but I'm not sure if there is a difference between just an elongated clitoris and a pseudopenis or not. Anyways, there are all sorts of crazy penises, and there are all sorts of crazy vaginas, and there are like penises that are multi-penises. There are hemipenises, which are one of the most common like multi-penises, which is like on a snake. It's got a hemipenis. It's a 2-pronged penis, like this.
You know what? Pulling up an echidna penis actually feels like too much.
No, we'll get there. But you should definitely pull up an
Really?
echidna
I feel
penis.
like it's a lot.
It is a lot. Well, I mean, it is really a lot.
I'm just scared I'm gonna get
But
in trouble.
like, there's animals that like an armadillo. Their penis can be up to 3 times the length of their body. And then there's an animal that's in the ocean. I can't remember what it's called. That is literally actually just a penis. Like the whole.
Isn't it like some kind of clam or
It's
something?
I think it's a mollusk. Yeah, I don't remember what it is. I don't know, chat, if you know what it is, but anyways, there's like all sorts of different ones but like hemipenises are like the most common, like multi-penis, and then there's things like echidnas that have a 4-headed penis.
I'm not gonna put it on screen because it's just a little too much. But
you guys
it
can
is a
Google it
penis with
yourself.
4 heads.
Sea cucumbers do like, that's kind of debatable, but that's not the animal I was thinking of. Elephants' penises are prehensile. That means they can actually, it's just like their trunk, and it's almost as big as their trunk, and they can like actually wrap it around you and pick you up with it. We used to have a rock hyrax, which is the closest living relative to an elephant, and the way they classify it as a relative to the elephant is because it has a prehensile penis, and it's a little animal, a little furry animal with fangs like this big. But we used to watch him masturbate in the cage all the time, and people were like, what is he doing? Because he'd be like wrapping his penis around like a rock.
Right.
Very interesting.
As they do.
As they do.
Chat.
I mean, what would you do if you could? Just pick somebody up
Chat,
and be like,
would you
come
snack
here.
on your penis if you could? Most impressive penis to body ratio in the animal kingdom is a barnacle.
Really?
Up to
Okay,
40
I did not know
times their body length.
Shut up.
Up to 40 times.
Okay, so
Their
see,
body
like,
weight.
we were just saying how there's, like, so much information, and Maya was like, what did you say? You were like, I got bed bugs covered. Like, there's so much crazy stuff about the animal kingdom. You can talk about anointing. You can talk about, like them licking each other's pee to find the hormones. You can talk about, like, multiple vaginas. You can talk about, like, birthing and what was the word for delayed implantation? But it wasn't delayed implant.
Embryonic
Like, there's,
dipods.
yeah, which is different than delayed implantation, right?
I don't know.
I think they're 2 different things. And then there's like the way that like sharks fight, like sharks that are born from utero, but it's not actually from utero, the egg's inside, but there will be like 10 of the babies inside the egg inside the shark.
Okay, we're
Sorry.
We're going way too fast.
Yeah.
We need to slow down and talk
Okay.
about specific
Sorry.
things.
There's so much that there's no way that we could ever even cover a quarter of it, like,
okay,
for the rest of our lives.
Let's go back. We need some structure.
We need to go
yes.
back to penises.
Let's go back to penises. So barnacle has the most impressive penis to body ratio in the animal kingdom. There are so many penile adaptations out there. Detachable penises,
Yeah.
for example. There's a crustacean, cephalopod in the ocean that has a detachable penis. It's an extra tentacle that has sperm inside of it. And once it's inserted into the female, it detaches, and then she eats him.
And then a lot of the time with like cephalopods, octopus and squid and stuff like that, if they're like the smaller, cephalopods are octopus and squid, right? Okay, I was correct. I was like, that's what we're talking about. If it's like they're like a small male and they see like a big competitor, or they see like a really big female that they are scared that they're going to get eaten, what they'll do is they'll take their tentacle, they'll rip it off themselves, they'll chuck it at her, and she'll grab it, and then they'll just like swim away, and then they die anyways. But octopuses, have we ever really solved that debate?
I think it's octopuses.
Octopuses.
I don't know.
They think that they would be the most superior apex predator in the entire world if they lived after their first reproduction. Because, so the males don't live after they give up their extra tentacle and their sperm and their penis and whatever. But the females also stop eating when they lay all their eggs, and they won't eat. Like, they just basically starve to death taking care of their eggs to make sure that they survive. But they think that because they're so smart and like ferocious, really, that they would be one of the top most apex predators on the planet,
That'd be sick.
right?
Yeah. What else?
Or
has
not,
a,
because they're like huge and then they can get like super teeny. And
What else has a detachable
terrifying.
penis? That's all.
well, ducks have detachable penises technically, but theirs grow back in comparison to their competitors. So it's like a hormonal thing. So
We're
ducks,
talking about the corkscrew.
yeah, corkscrew penises.
Okay.
So ducks have corkscrew penises. Female ducks have corkscrew vaginas. They corkscrew
with the
in
opposite
opposite directions. And then the vaginas also have all these pockets because ducks rape each other, which is super common in the animal world. Most things rape each other. But when the duck is done having sex, or like the female pulls away or finally gets away or something, and multiple male ducks will be raping one female at the same time, which is why they have all the multiple canals and everything. So they'll end up with one, but it rips off of the duck's body often, and then it will grow back the next year in hormonal comparison to the size of the ducks that it's been around for that year. Like, it'll grow back bigger.
No, chat.
It'll grow back with
The actually screwing true. The corkscrew penis that a duck has technically isn't a penis, because to be a penis it has to erect with blood, and duck corkscrew penises erect with a fluid, and it's really just for holding on.
So it's technically a cloaca because birds have cloacas. It's kind of like an elongated clitoris, or like a pseudopenis. I would assume, like, kind of the bird world. It's kind of like the pseudopenis of the bird world.
Yeah. It's not actually penis.
But
no.
but it technically is also, it's not like technically a penis, but it is a penis, but it's not technically a penis, if that makes sense.
Thank you for the sub. Other weird penises. We got detachable penises. We got spoon penises.
Spoon penises. Well, okay, so penises with bones in them, which, God, I
forgot the
can
word.
never
I forgot the
remember
word.
that word. Okay, I have to look it up. I'm so sorry. I have to look up the word for the bone inside the penis, because there are so many different kinds, and we hear all the time about all these penises that have like spoon, like they say like there's like a spoon on the tip of the penis to scoop out the competitor's semen and then inject their own. But really what it is there's a lot of different animals that have the bone structure inside their penis that is like almost this like spoon cup like
the bone itself.
The bone itself
if you
is
took
like
the bone out. It's
yeah,
baculum.
or like the cartilage. Yeah, it's a baculum.
Thank you, Acom.
Thank you.
Yeah, the bone is shaped like that. And there are animals that have spoon-shaped penises. I think lions do, right?
Lions, zebras, lots of primates actually have bones inside their penises. Raccoons are like the most common that you hear of. If you go to like New Orleans, you can get like necklaces with like raccoon bone penises on it, and like weird. I mean, you could get a lot of weird stuff in New Orleans, but
Well,
But
spoon
yeah.
shape goes in vagina, scrapes out competing semen, inserts new semen.
inserts new semen. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Pretty handy. Also, in fun, crazy, weird penises, musical penises. Musical penises. Let me pull up
I was gonna say I'll let you pull this one up because I know exactly what you're talking
Do
about.
you?
Mm-hmm.
You can start talking. I hope.
Nope. No. I think.
There's no way those were dead. Hello? What the heck? I was like, that's never been a problem. That's actually a problem. Cool. Okay, hi. So musical penises. My example, first of all, I didn't know that weevils had a musical penis. I do know that water boatmen have a musical penis. And when I say musical, I don't mean that they really play music. It's actually not a very pretty song. But they can play their penis to attract females in the same way that crickets can play their legs.
Together.
And there it is. There's a water boatman, little aquatic little insect guy. It's a bit quiet. I swear to God. They can produce up to 99 decibels of sound. It was fine. Okay, ban that chatter. No, don't ban them, but do look disappointed in them or something. 99 decibels of sound. Chat, that is one of the loudest insects in the world. A lawnmower runs at about 90 decibels.
I was gonna say, can you like do a comparison of that? Because I don't really know what.
Lawnmower is like 90 decibels. That is a loud
Dick.
penis. Loud. Okay,
It's
weevils.
that's louder than any frat boy. Oh, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say that weevils have they can do the same thing, but not nearly, or from what I've heard, not nearly to that extent. But I do know that I read that there are like a few different bugs that have that kind of capability, but I hadn't heard about that one.
There you go.
There we go.
What other penises are there? There are lots of barbed penises too.
Yeah, barbed penises. Cats have barbed penises, like one of our most common animals. Barbed penises. Lots of animals' penises, like so if we're talking about like cats and dogs and stuff, which is super everyday for all of us, like cats' penises are barbed, and that is also to help with, like we were talking about the spoon, that's to help not only hook in but to scrape out competitive sperm. Lions will have sex for multiple days. Days and days and days. And it's not because of the male, it's because of the female's
Why?
insatiable appetite for sex.
For sex.
When she's in heat.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the males will often get like really tired, but if they're actually a good suitor, then they will stay with her and have sex with her for like up to 48 hours at a time.
Oh.
Which sounds miserable to me.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Thank you for the 2 years, Red Surfs.
I there's so many. I don't even. I mean, there's like a whale's penis is like the size of a house,
Sure.
and it's called a dork.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys know that song? Never mind.
There's like fun names for penises. There's all sorts of animals. What was the animal that I looked at the other day that had the most? Like flies have tons of penises.
It's valid. It's a good song. I'll play it. I'll play it for you while Sammy's looking at fly penises.
Oh, my mom. My
What?
mom just texted me and said that a female cat has to experience pain in order for her to ovulate, which is also what the spikes are for.
Oh. Oh.
That's horrifying and also kind of
No, one
kinda
tip.
cool.
Leave. One tip.
There's also
Okay. Sorry, continue.
there's also a lot of animals that have to experience stimulation for them to ovulate as well. Lions have to do that too.
Oh, makes
like,
sense.
or that's what I was listening to a podcast about it, and then I was reading some stuff about it about lions, and they have to experience external stimulation for at least a few hours before they can even ovulate to start procreating. So, if only this were true for all people, maybe we'd have less in the world. But
There's a. Well,
like, if we had to, okay, if every species, like, if the female were to have to
Speaking of stimulation,
orgasm or have stimulation, I'm not gonna listen to that. I'm gonna talk right over that. If every female were to have stimulation or orgasm before they were able to ovulate to procreate, we'd probably have a lot less of every single species, and we might be able to regulate it better. But I mean, that's also debatable.
seems like
Like-
a good segue into sex for pleasure.
Yeah,
Oh, and oral sex.
oral sex.
I've learned a lot about oral sex in the animal kingdom recently.
There is a lot, and there's a lot of masturbation with males to themselves orally.
They snack on their own wieners.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Some of them have the ability to bend their back well enough to go all the way down. Like a lot of animals that even have like big animals, like something like a bear. I'm waiting for my mom to chime in on this one, but I know
I
what
wish you were here.
I know what she wants me to say about it. You guys, I'm gonna have to do the next stream. I'm just gonna do the next stream or something with my mom, and
Good idea.
I'm probably just gonna sit there and shut up and learn a whole bunch while she just absolutely schools me in sex, which would be the
You're an
best.
honorable mention in top 10 streamers with absolutely no drip.
That's unfortunate.
Pardon?
You can go. Diddles. We're talking about sex. It's something you don't know about, so move it along. But like our bear, we used to walk into our bear like down on himself, and mind you, he's like an 800-pound bear. My mom called it a hum job
Hum job.
because the bears go.
Oh, come on. Ew. Nita.
We used to have to like watch when we were doing tours and like walk up to the bear cage like super fast because we knew if he was like by himself in the morning for too long and we were doing a morning tour, we'd have to like smack the cage to like let him know like people are here, and he'd stop. Otherwise you'd come around and he'd just be like facing crotch like
You don't need screenshots of that, my lady. So then,
oh god.
they can masturbate. Lots of oral sex in the animal kingdom.
Yeah. I've watched
Only placental mammals are the only ones that have been observed to engage in oral sex. And it's a really weird thing because it doesn't make any sense. It's like not, oh, it does. It's like not very efficient, right, in reproducing, like why oral sex. There are a couple leading theories. One of the ones that I read about that I don't,
well, we were just
I
talking
don't-
about pleasure, needing
Right.
to needing for ovulation.
Pleasure is one, just gaining mating rights because you're pleasuring your partner, right? 2, and this is the theory that I just cannot get behind, and I am stupid, and I'm not a biologist, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But it's that in consuming semen orally, it helps the female body to create the antibodies that learn to adapt to the antigen that is sperm, so that when insemination actually occurs, she's more likely to take. That is an actual theory as to why oral sex exists.
Okay, I mean, I guess that. I guess that makes sense.
I don't think it makes sense.
I don't think it makes a ton of sense, but I don't think that it's out of the realm of possibilities. Like, I mean, obviously it's in the realm of possibilities, but I don't think that.
Sounds like a cope. You know what it sounds like?
Sounds like a very specific situation.
It sounds like a red flag.
Like.
That sounds like a red flag to me.
There's a lot of things in the animal kingdom.
See,
that
if
are
I
red
didn't learn
flags.
that from a scientific article and I learned it from a man, I'd be like, to the curb for you.
Okay, I also want to note that, like, all these things that we're talking about, like, there's a lot of stuff that is, like, proven and unproven, but a ton of it is just theoretical. Like, a ton of things that are observed with animals, especially animals in the wild, were like, oh, we believed this for 30 years because this is what they did inside facilities and laboratories and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like, 20 years, or 30 years later, in those same laboratories, they're doing something completely different. Or it's like, we thought the life expectancy of this animal was 22 years, and now we just saw one live to, like, 60. And you're like... So we're constantly learning new things and constantly changing the opinions of things. Like, if you look at something like the Gila monster.
Okay.
Gila monsters, if you look up scientific articles about them, there's not a lot known about them. There are literal scientific articles written in the 80s.
This is a Mexican bearded lizard.
Not that long ago. All of you young people. Not that long ago. I know that's like a lifetime ago for all of you. But
some of them are old. Chat,
are you?
Put a 1 in chat if you're old.
Yeah, not that long ago. Like in the 70s and 80s. Thank you, everyone. I was not born in the 80s. Just
1 in
know,
chat if you were born before 1970.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's fucking awesome. But, like, articles that were not written a long time ago, that were written very, very, very recently, said that the reason that Gila monsters were venomous wasn't because they actually had venom sacs. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing at the people saying they were born before 1970. They're not.
I know. Obviously, I know that.
Okay, Gila monsters.
Gila monsters. It wasn't that they were venomous, or it wasn't that they could kill you because they had venom sacs in their mouth like a rattlesnake would. It was because they had no anal opening, so they couldn't actually poop, so everything just putrefied inside themselves, and that when they went and breathed on you, it killed you. They
wrote
written
that in the 80s?
in scientific journals. Published scientific articles said that when they breathe on you, they kill you. And it is because they have no anal opening. By the way, everyone, everything has an anal opening. Also, that is not a topic I would like to touch on.
What about jellyfish?
Well, theirs is all one, isn't it? Like,
I don't know.
Or there's nothing.
I
don't
just
know.
don't know.
I don't know much about the ocean. Like, I know a little bit about the ocean, so my apologies to everyone. Also, the other thing I don't know a lot about that I'm going to learn before we do this next time is about butt sex. About anal.
I don't
know
any of that.
I've learned a little bit of it, but I don't know enough to like actually approach that topic fully.
I feel like it would be like an accident.
No, there's a lot. I know there is a lot of it.
Not for pleasure.
Not necessarily.
Or for the male, I guess.
I mean, there's things like bonobos that just have sex all the time, everywhere, with every orifice.
Right.
But
so
solve problems.
Oral sex in placental mammals. Yeah. Okay. So that's a theory of.
Thank you. Sorry, my ADHD takes me on tangents. I'm glad that you're here to keep me coming back.
Oral sex. Maybe it helps the female to take later when doing insemination. If she has some antibodies that she wouldn't otherwise have. I don't believe that. I think it's a weird theory.
This is a weird theory.
Another one is just, and this one I am, a list of animals that practice practice oral sex. Us, pretty much all the apes, lots and lots of primates. I wouldn't say all the primates, but a lot of the primates.
I would say the vast majority of them.
Vast majority of primates, dolphins, fruit bats, flying foxes.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I heard that,
They
yeah.
found that fruit bats perform oral sex before and after copulation. And I was reading this, or I actually wasn't reading, I was listening to a podcast about fruit bat oral sex. And they were talking about like, oh, well, it makes the male last longer, it helps gain mating rights, it helps to keep a partner.
That would also, though, I feel like if you were doing it before and after copulation, especially for like if it were on the female, but the fruit bats do it on the male,
Right.
not on the female.
So only on the male.
Yeah.
I don't think the females are doing oral sex on the male before and after copulation. They were talking about all the reasons why it could help the female to maintain a partner, whatever. And honestly,
but
again, not a biologist, but the only theory that I can think of is like the prevention of STDs or spreading of disease. Because why on earth would they perform oral sex after copulation to a male fruit bat? What is the purpose besides?
I don't know,
cleaning?
but why would they even care if they spread STDs? Like they don't. I mean, there's so much innate knowledge,
Animals
but
clean
like
each other. It's cleaning.
I guess so.
Maybe it's not even oral sex at all. Maybe these
it's
people
just
observed
cleaning.
it and they were like, oh, oral sex, because we're humans and that's what our oral sex looks like. But what if it's just cleaning? It's not even oral sex.
That would make a lot of sense.
That's what makes the most sense to me.
That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I guess so. But then I wish it was reciprocated. But then that's just my anthropomorphism, probably like the anthropomorphism saying that it's oral sex instead of just cleaning. Or
Yeah.
vice versa.
There's much less.
But maybe it's cleaning before and after and it's not actually oral sex.
Right, that's what I just said.
No, I know you said, but after it's cleaning.
No, I mean.
Oh, but for all, yeah. Who freaking knows?
I don't know. There's a lot less conolingus in the animal kingdom than there is, or I forget what the word is for blowjobs, but
I think it's all cunnilingus.
I thought conolingus was just eating pussy.
I don't think so. I think it's all across the board.
Never mind.
We'll find
Fellatio, yeah.
out. Fellatio. But isn't it both the same?
I don't think so.
Isn't it using your tongue to pleasure? Felicia? No. Thank you, though. Yeah, I don't have a lot on that. I've only just, like, witnessed animals masturbating all the time. Kinkajous, porcupines, hyraxes.
What is the gayest animal you know? There is so much homosexuality in the animal kingdom.
Like, we're almost exclusively the only ones that for a long time denied that there was any in our species, because there is almost across the board homosexuality in almost every single species. Like, I honestly cannot think of one besides like bugs and sea creatures and stuff, because I don't know that much about those. But like mammals, reptiles, birds.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mammals, reptiles, and birds, as far as I know, like, there is pretty much homosexuality, like, across the board.
Lots.
And often, like, you'll see things that are homosexual, and then you'll see things that are also, like, plutonic relationships, where, like...
Plutonic?
Platonic?
Oh, platonic.
Platonic, sorry.
I thought it was some, okay.
Platonic relationships where it's like the females that have like widows will all get together and continue to raise the babies and then just continue to be best friends for the rest of their life. And like,
Now that we're talking about homosexuality, I really want to talk about bed bugs. Are you ready? Chad, are you ready? This is very important to me. I don't know why I went down such a rabbit hole learning about bed bug sex, but oh my god, it is the craziest thing I've ever learned about. in terms of reproduction ever, including humans. I just can't. Okay, so bed bugs. You guys know what a bed bug is. Very little, 5 to 6 millimeter, or 5 to 6 centimeter.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Bug, tiny little bug. Bed bugs have a very sharp, stabby penis, okay? And it's stabby for stabbing. They stab female bed bugs to inseminate them.
This happens a lot in the bug kingdom.
Lots of stabby penises.
Lots
But
of
they
stabby
don't
penises.
stab her in the vagina. Oh, I'm sorry. It is 5 to 6 millimeters. It's not centimeters.
It's
5 to 6
millimeters.
millimeters. They don't stab her in the vagina. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they don't. They stab anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere on the female, in the head, on the back, in the legs, in the vagina. It doesn't matter. Anywhere.
They probably can't ever find the vagina. What man can? And especially when they have that kind of freedom. There's probably no way.
Fair enough. They can stab her anywhere, right? Because there are canals within the female that take the sperm to where it needs to go. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's a lot of stabbing. And then I learned that only 30% of copulation in bedbugs is between male bedbug and female bedbug.
That's not surprising.
50% is homosexual, and 20% is cross-species. What the fuck does that mean? I didn't get that far.
They don't care. They're just putting their penis wherever they want to, like any frat guy.
Anywhere. Any other insect, any other species. They just stab everything, right? And they can copulate over 200 times in a single day, in 24 hours, just so you know. Over 200 times they can stab and inseminate, all right?
So many bugs can do this, though.
Lots of copulating, all right? That's nothing, okay, big guy. So,
David Griffiths up for 10 months.
20%
That is pretty
cross
freaking
species,
amazing, though.
20% cross species, 50% homosexual. So I was like, wow, that's a lot of homosexual relations. I guess they can't tell between male and female bedbugs. Wrong. They can. They know if it's a male or a female bedbug.
Shut the fuck up.
When male bedbugs...
Okay.
When
This is
male...
a whole other conversation because, like, you've got animals... I'm going to veer you off for a second because you've got animals that, like, pretend to be females if they're, like, a lesser male. Like, cuttlefish will pretend to be, like, a female to, like, hide underneath the big male to, like, mate with the females. But, like, they fucking know.
They know. They can tell between male and female bedbugs.
And they just don't give a fuck.
They
They're like,
don't
I'm
give-
just going to
no.
stab my dick anywhere I want to.
No. No. Because when a male bedbug inseminates another male bedbug, their semen is combined. So when the stabbed male inseminates the next female, she gets a combination of the
So
semen.
they're ensuring their bloodline,
Yes.
their genetic line.
It is beneficial for
That is
male
so cool.
bedbugs to stab other male bedbugs because it gives their semen more of a chance and they don't even have to do the fucking.
That's really cool. Oh, you know what detachable penis we didn't talk about? Sorry.
I'm not done.
Okay. I was gonna. Okay.
It gets crazy.
Bees.
Okay, bees. We'll talk about bees.
Yeah, sorry.
Chat, it gets worse. It gets crazier. So first of all, that and long story short. What did I just say? I'm drunk.
You're not even drunk yet.
Feel this. We said one beer. I'm literally done.
Maya, you drink IPAs now, and I don't believe that bullshit. You're just flustered because you're excited about what you're talking about, so.
Don't say I'm excited. No.
She's been excited about it all fucking day about
I've
talking
been
about
wanting to talk
bedbugs,
about this so bad.
stabby penises. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Long story short. The bedbug, the male bedbug, that fucks as many things as fast as possible, stabs as many things as possible, does the best, passes on the most genetics. People blah, blah, right? It gets crazier. All right. There is a tropical species of bedbug that is capable of shooting ejaculate. Nothing crazy. Lots of things can shoot ejaculate. Humans can shoot ejaculate, right? But bed bugs can shoot ejaculate several centimeters.
Which is like 100 times their body length.
Oh, I think it just died.
No.
Wait, did it? No, my monitor just died.
You're frozen.
No, wait. Alright, let's...
You just stopped on shooting ejaculate.
Can you grab your sound battery?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't shut the fridge.
I could cry. I'm so excited right now.
I just want to note that you stopped like this.
Wait, oh, there's a hot mic. They can still hear us. They can still hear us.
You just. Oh, I'm glad you guys can still hear us because this is fucking hilarious. Maya just stopped her conversation on shooting ejaculate, and there is nothing I could be happier about.
Wait, thank you for saying hot mic. I actually thought this, for some reason I was just like, oh, the stream's effed. Give me a second, I'm getting a battery. Actually my battery might be able to do this, but.
Okay, well here's one too. Figure it out.
Okay,
Oh man.
okay, let's see. I didn't charge this since last time I went to LA. Oh, it's fully charged, let's go.
Ooh, I have one of those too. I love that thing. It's not the one I brought because I broke it. But
Ankler, in we go. Alright. 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 Camera's back on. Lights back on. Easy peasy. It's linking. Give it a second.
I'm gonna take this chance.
Just give it a second. What a cliffhanger.
What a cliffhanger. Shooting ejaculate.
Wait, it should be on.
Several times your body length.
Shooting ejaculate 7 times your body length. Crazy. Saved. We. Nick, Paula, you want to hear something crazy about bed bugs? 50% of their population is homosexual. What do you think about that? I need another beer. Oh, another beer.
Names Fox resubbed for 20 months.
Why did you say Cal Poly gross? What's wrong with Cal Poly? Also, why? Oh, my flag. My college flag. My college flag is there. I painted that. A viewer painted that butterfly for me. Teddy did that. My dad took this picture when he was really into photography. That's Bean on his release day. I don't know what that is. Oh, I painted that. Do you like my living room? Isn't it cozy? Me. It's so nice. Look at my pink couch. Everybody talks shit about my pink couch, and I feel like it's not even that pink. I feel like it's nice pink, you know? People pug, wow.
BR_ is up for 3 months. I'm so hyped on these bed bugs.
I'm so excited that you're so hyped on the bed bugs. I am also really excited about talking about this. It's a nice pink. My apartment is full of nice pinks, I think. Grandma? This is not a grandma couch, dude. I really don't feel that way. Is it? I feel like it's not. Do grandmas have, no, grandmas don't have pink couches. Grandmas have like pattern couches. Continue bed bugs. Yes, I was waiting for Sammy. Sammy's now back. Okay,
Sorry.
so
I can hurt you in the bathroom. You have to compose yourself.
there is a tropical species of bed bug that can shoot ejaculate, which is not that crazy because lots of things can shoot ejaculate. Bed bugs can shoot ejaculate several centimeters, all right? Bed bugs are only like a centimeter, right? So that is far. And you know how I said before how, prove it, I don't know how. You know how I said before that,
That's the scientist's problem, not our problem. This is why we're just giving you this information.
Okay, you know how I said that bed bugs can stab anywhere on the female, and then the canals within the female take the sperm to where it needs to go? Do you remember me saying that? Yes. Bed bugs can shoot ejaculate anywhere. It goes through the carapace. It shoots through the armor of the female bed bug.
You need to explain what a carapace is.
The armor. They shoot it, they snipe her like a gun with the ejaculate. It goes into her body from several centimeters away. That is observable by the eye. Several centimeters.
Wait. So, not only do they stab... I talk a lot with my hands, so...
Not only stabby, also...
They can shoot it so hard that it stabs through.
From several centimeters away.
Okay, so a carapace is different than an exoskeleton, though.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know all that. But it's the same idea. The armor of the female bug.
Yeah.
Or the male bug. A lot of male bugs.
Or
I did the math for you.
Or the non-binary.
I did the math for you because I thought that you would appreciate it. 6 foot tall human male. 80 liters. Or no, not 80 liters. 8 gallons. What's that in liters?
Holy shit, that's a lot.
Here we go.
Okay, like a 5-gallon thing is like...
8 gallons. 30 liters. 6 foot tall human male. 30 liters.
Do we have a gallon?
8 gallons of semen.
Do we have a gallon?
Shooting 12 feet. With enough velocity to penetrate a female. What?
Do you have a gallon, Amy?
That's not a gallon.
This is not a gallon.
No.
Fuck. You don't have gallons?
I don't have a gallon of anything. I'm a single female.
Like 8 gallons? 8 gallons is so much. Like a gallon is a lot. Like... I'm just thinking of like a gallon of milk and thinking of like 8 of those. Obviously, that's a
8 gallons of ejaculate shooting twice your body length with enough velocity to penetrate a female and inseminate her. That's a bed bug. That's some way.
That's some more. Maya, I'm having to consciously think about patting you on your upper back instead of. Okay, I just said this. Instead of touching your side.
Oh my god, we almost died. Sammy used to come up to me when I was zookeeping, and she would tickle me, and I would throw myself into the chain link. And it fucking sucked.
All you have to do to tickle Maya is just touch her. Like, you just have to, like, touch her side, and she just...
I knew it. I was so ready. Sammy did that, and one time I threw myself into the chain link in the bear cage, and I bruised my ribs.
So it's been a long time since I had thought about that, and I didn't ever do it again. Or I tried not to, because I talk with my hands a lot, as you can see. I tend to knock things off tables, and my boyfriend gets really mad at me for breaking glasses constantly, because
I was cleaning the bear cage. There was no bear in it.
No, there is no bear in it. I mean, it wouldn't have been a problem if there was a bear in it, if the bear was properly trained and stuff. But anyways, so I went up behind her and I poked her. She was still waiting for it. I watched her tense up just now. I'm not. That's why I waited until you put your beer down until you were like sitting back. But I went up and poked her, and she just like slammed up against the side of the cage and like crumpled to the ground. And I felt so bad. I like never did it again on purpose, because I'm a super touchy person, so I like hug people, and I'm having to consciously think about touching her right here instead. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Instead of, look, I'm literally I just have my hand on the middle of her back, not even on the small of her back, like friendly section.
Okay. Okay.
I have to consciously think about touching her back up here instead of touching the center of her back or lower. Because she does that. And I didn't think about it, and I had like this nerve pain from like the center of my back over here down to the insertion of my hip last night, and I was trying to explain to her, so I was like from like right
was
here.
driving.
She was driving, so I was like, so from like right here, and I poked her, and I haven't thought about it in like literal years. And I poked her, and we almost died.
We almost died.
We almost died.
I was like, Sammy, I am driving the car.
And I
You
was
know. Are you insane?
I died laughing. I died laughing because I had completely forgotten.
It's PTSD. Well, you can't say that. But my brother used to tickle me until I cried. Like, he would tickle me, and it was like funny at first, but then he'd tickle me until I just like started crying. So now I'm more ticklish.
You're more apprehensive about it.
Yeah. Why can't you say PTSD? I don't think you can do that anymore because of actual PTSD. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, any PTSD, and this may be really.
Now let's go talk about something else
but-
now. You can't. I don't know. I feel like it's like saying like, oh, like, haha, I have OCD because I just fixed that. I actually have OCD, so I can say that.
Yeah.
That's all I have on bedbugs. Is that not the craziest thing you've ever heard? Is that insane? I love learning about that. I think that's insane.
I love learning about animal sex. Like, and there's so much. Oh, okay. We were talking about masturbation. This is a story that you guys will probably hear again. And hopefully you will hear it from the keeper that was the one that experienced it. But there was this this red river hog. No, hopefully, like, they'll get to hear the story from that actual keeper.
Oh, okay.
It was not at my zoo.
Okay.
It was a red river hog at this zoo, and he would masturbate on this log, which is really common. Like, we used to have primates that would, like, masturbate on logs, and, like, we talked about the hyrax and stuff, and, like, lots of things masturbate in certain things. Like, the spider monkey, Maya, she masturbates on blankets all the time. My grandma thought there was something wrong with her one night when we brought her in for the winter, and she was in the...
She's masturbated on my hip before.
Yeah, if you're, like, laying with her at night or something, and she's, like, laying in bed with you, she'll, like, try and, like, rub on you. And then she gets really disgruntled when you tell her to get off.
Yeah.
That you don't want it, and then she gets really upset.
But screaming.
Yeah, she's, like, offended. She's offended. But it would masturbate so hard, and then it would, like, they couldn't figure out why it was having seizures, and then it would go blind for days at a time. Like, it would have these seizures and then go blind for days at a time, and they couldn't figure out why, and they figured out that it was ejaculating so hard when it was masturbating that it would seize and go blind for days afterward. It was ejaculating so hard that it would have seizures and go blind for multiple days afterward.
Stay safe.
Don't masturbate that hard.
That was a red river hog?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. That just, like, some men. Yeah, I know. It's lonely out there with COVID.
Wait, what else? What were we talking?
Oh, we were talking about bees. Detachable
bees,
penises.
sure. Dennis, thank you for the 5. Yeah.
So there's, like, detachable penises, and then, but, like, this actually correlates both of those things. Detachable penises, and then, like, ejaculation so hard that, like, something happens. So bees, honeybees specifically, I do believe this happens with some other species of bees as well, but I know specifically that this happens with honeybees. When they mate with the female, they ejaculate so hard that their penis pops off into the female, and then they fall down and die.
As it should.
And you can, like, I've heard it before. It's an audible, like, pop noise. It's kind of crazy. Like, you can hear they're
crazy.
ejaculating so hard that with the human ear, a bug, like, this big, you can hear their penis detaching from their body.
Damn.
Do you want this blueberry now?
Thank you.
That was one I used in penis reference, but...
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have another crazy story
Okay.
about sea slugs.
Okay. I have, like, so much... We say this about, like, we've said this about Jack Hanna all the time. It's like, he has... I don't know what this is.
Sammy knows Jack Hanna
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. He's, like, my second dad. But, like, he has so much he's had so much information in his brain that he's forgotten more than we will ever know. Like, we've always said that about him.
Oh, interesting.
And I do not want to hear any jokes about his condition right now, please. Thank you. But he, like, there's so much that I've learned just in the, like, 2 years that I've been, like, really deep diving into researching this, like, all this animal sex stuff, that they're, like, when Maya brings up stuff, it just, like, this flood of information comes back. And, like, you remember things, like, as you're talking about stuff, because there's so much. Okay, but talk about sea slugs. Start about sea slugs.
I kind of feel like I throw up right now. Hold on.
Why?
I just throw up like I really gotta go to a doctor. I just throw up every time I drink alcohol. I didn't throw up last night though.
No, you were fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's not good.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm pulling up a picture of sea slug
It sounds racist,
penis.
but is it? Do you need an antacid?
No, that's not racist.
No, just because a lot of Asians have a problem with alcohol because of
No,
your
I think
acid
it's- I
reflux,
think
and
it's-
your acid reflux causes you to get very rosy in the face and stuff.
No, I don't get the Asian glow. I think I have a liver condition. Actually, I think I have Gilbert syndrome. Anyway, sea slugs are hermaphrodites. All right, you'll know what hermaphrodites are. Male and female at the same time, right? Cool. So, sea slugs are hermaphrodites, but evolutionarily, it is the advantage to play the male role, because the males can spread their semen. They can They can perpetuate their genetics. I'm not using the right words. You know what I mean? They can get their genetics way more places faster as a male, whereas as a female, you have to play the female role. So less babies, right? So hermaphrodites, but they want to play the male role. So when they penetrate each other, they penetrate each other in the forehead. Why in the forehead? They penetrate and inseminate into the forehead because the ejaculate contains both sperm and a neurochemical that gets the other sea slug to play the female role. Fun fact of the day. So you get a little semen and you get a little brainwashing.
Literal.
Yeah.
Literal physical.
Boom, headshot.
What? Never mind. It washes the brain. Sorry.
Ew.
You
Ow.
said brainwashing, that's
Did I
all.
just pull my... Do you see that? No.
Oh, yeah, you did yank it a little
Oh,
bit.
no. I pulled it to where it was, like, hanging down. Do you guys see that? I just pulled my piercing out so far. Oof. Kano, thank you for the 3 months.
Sorry, I can't get over the brainwashing. I'm gonna...
Washes their brain out with semen, with ejaculate. Clean.
No. Not clean. Not sanitary. And I don't think that's okay.
I have to pee.
I don't even know what... I don't know how to continue from that.
I'm gonna throw up.
Do not. I mean, do if you need to, but... Somebody was saying something about the enzymes in your stomach, and then I tried to, like, look over and scroll back down, but I couldn't find it. So if you know who you are, put it back up on there. Okay, you guys. So I don't see... you guys have met me before quite a few times. We've done talks like this before a long time ago at my house on Maya's chat, and I've always wanted to start a naughty zookeeper thing, but I do not understand your world at all. Like, this does not make sense to me. Like, as you guys are typing, like, it's way too much for me to even, like, comprehend. Just like, yeah, I'm like 90. Yeah, basically. I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 1993. Yeah, so I've always wanted to start a thing called the Naughty Zookeeper and just talk about animal sex and just let people ask questions and, like, talk about all the fucking crazy shit that goes on in the animal world. But this world makes no sense to me, so I don't know how to do the tech side of it. But when you guys type stuff, like, okay, Pog I now understand, which I know I'm totally making myself sound like an idiot, which you're welcome for. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'm staring at the chat. But you guys did this one that's like a duck that wiggles its butt that Maya explained to me earlier. What are all the different ones? So like, Dusty, there it is. Okay, and then there's like claps, and then, what are the other ones? Give me some other ones. Drake, clap, I know clap. Drake. Oh, come on, you guys should be more creative than this. Yeah, like facepalm, yeah. Okay, great, I don't know them.
Try hard.
Try hard? Jam? What's jam? What?
Wide hardo. I did not throw up.
What's jammies?
It goes like this. He's dancing.
What does that mean?
He's dancing.
But what the fuck does... Okay.
Because he's wearing jammies.
Oh, like we are?
Yeah. Oh, are these jammies? I had to go outside I had to go to my car to get my streaming phone before stream. I ran into like 3 people. I feel like they thought this is actually what I chose to wear.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I was hoping so bad you would. When she left the house, she was like, I hope I don't run into anybody. And I was like, I hope she does. I hope she does. I hope she does.
Like 3 people. Hello.
They make us look like pudgy. Which is very...
Like kangaroos.
No. Kangaroos' pouches are this way.
No,
not this way.
kangaroos. Kangaroos.
Oh! You mean kangaroos' vaginas and...
Sure, yeah, you talk about the vaginas and then I'll talk about abortion.
Okay. Oh my god.
Go ahead.
You talk about vaginas, I'll talk about abortion. Okay, why
Why
don't...
is my
Okay,
hair-
wait, we're gonna... Let's stay on the topic of penises for a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna talk about necessarily the kangaroo's penis, but I'm gonna talk about their balls. Because...
Eat a chip.
Can I see the dinosaur? I have the dinosaur.
Are you gonna sexualize him?
I'm gonna give it visual representation. So, say this is a male kangaroo. Because kangaroos are much like dinosaurs. They got little teeny front arms, big back legs.
Spence, thank you.
Yeah. Penis down here in normal area.
Okay.
Balls are up here. Testicles are up here. Testicles can also extend and retract into the body, which all you men know is important for keeping warm and keeping your, like, or I don't know that all you men know, but like it is important for keeping your testicles cool or warm, and that is for specifically, not because you just need your balls to be warm. It's so that there's viability in your semen. So when it's so when it's too hot, that like they don't want it to cook the semen, so your balls extend down so that they can cool off, so that you're not cooking, like overdoing it. And then when it's too cold, it's trying to keep it up next to your body, so it's keeping it next to your internal temperature. But theirs are, the beans are above the frank, and they can extend it really far, and it almost hangs on like a string. And then they can suck it like all the way back up, so they're like flush with the stomach, because when they're hopping, they don't want it like flapping around, which is the same with opossums. Opossums are also a marsupial that can do the same thing with their testicles, because you wouldn't want them getting like caught in between tree branches or something. Can you imagine you're like climbing up a tree?
That'd be terrible.
But they don't have to, like, their body isn't the one controlling whether they're like extending or retracting. They can physically control that. So when they're hopping, they're not like flopping around, and opossums can do the same thing, so that when they're like running around a tree or something, they're not like catching them on things, or they're not like hitting things and stuff like that. Humans cannot do that. Humans, well, I mean, not most. I don't know. I don't know any humans that can, on command, retract and extend their testicles, but that would be quite the skill if you could.
Want to chat if you can do that? They're all saying that they can.
Bullshit.
Look.
Not to that extent.
See?
You guys also said that you were all born before the 80s, so fuck off.
Another thing about kangaroos, they're marsupials. Yes, everybody knows what a marsupial is. Yes, no, we've definitely talked about it. If you don't know, so yeah.
A marsupial is an animal that has a pouch that it carries its babies in. So they do not, when they fertilize the eggs, when they have sex and they fertilize the eggs, they do not cook them for as long as we would cook them. They basically fertilize them and they cook them until they're an embryo. And then that embryo crawls from the vagina into said pouch and develops in the pouch like we would in utero.
They're born
Marsupial.
They're born jelly bean sized.
They're born fetal.
Little.
Like, I mean, opossums are North America's marsupials. They're born the size of a grain of rice. And there's about 50 of them born at a time, anywhere between like 50 and like 100.
No, I don't think it's that many. I don't know.
I heard the other day that they're like somebody.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I know there's at least up to 50 born at a time, but only 13 make it into the pouch, or like 13 make it into the pouch and make it onto nipples, because there's only 13 nipples.
So they have to latch onto a teat. The teat swells up in their mouth, and they stay attached to that teat.
And then they grow up in
Like a
pouch
fetus.
like you
Yeah.
would in utero.
Right.
But they usually don't have like eyes or ears, or like, they usually have like front or back legs, but they don't have like tails or anything like that, like literal fetal formation. Okay, where were we going with this? Marsupial.
So marsupials, because that all is happening in the pouch, kangaroos can self-abort, and they do. Whenever they want. If there's not enough resources and the mom can't sustain her own survival plus lactating, just pull in there and throw them out. Learned that recently. That's kind of crazy.
I have heard that. They can also give out, kangaroos specifically, I don't know this of other marsupials, I'm sure it's probably true of a lot of other animals, but specifically of kangaroos, they can give off, kangaroos have 3 different nipples, opossums have 13 nipples, typically. Why odd numbers, I don't know. But kangaroos have 3 nipples. Those 3 nipples can give off 3 different kinds of milk for 3 different stages of baby. So they can have 3 different stages of baby at a time. Like opossums give birth to a ton of babies at one time, and then 13 make it onto the nipples. Kangaroos give birth to 1 baby at a time. The one makes it onto the nipple. That one grows in the pouch. When that one's like this big, it's like half size. It's like leaning in and out of the pouch to like eat some solid food and stuff. They have another baby, and then it's like this little fetus that's right here. This one's still kind of in the pouch and like hopping in and out maybe. And then they still have the big one that's like a year or so old, and they're leaning in the pouch to drink, and they can give off like all whole milk, like a cream for the little itty bitty fetus. They can give off like a half and half for the one that's like leaning in and out, and then they give off. This is where chocolate milk comes from. So the third nipple.
I fucking knew it.
You can't.
I'm sorry. I was just waiting. I was waiting.
You
for you to do
can't.
it.
I know you can't make that face. No, and then they can give off like a 2% for the other one.
God
But
damn
I
it.
tell kids every time it shows that that's where chocolate milk comes from, and I'm like, yeah, that's where
The
that's
amount of
why.
times-
That's what. Do you know how many times I have to do the same show over and over and over? You get to do new content every freaking day. Every freaking day.
The amount
You
of
don't have to
times-
recite the same conversation 8 times in a row in one day to one school to these kids that their teachers don't pay attention to them, and they're like, don't even.
I didn't think she was gonna do it. The amount of times I've heard Sammy tell that with the chocolate milk thing, I was waiting to see if she was gonna do it, and I was like, I don't think she'd do that on stream.
Oh,
but,
I was so going to.
but you did it. It's okay. Did anybody believe her?
No, because I didn't even get to finish it. I said,
I didn't
Chuck.
say anything.
Oh. You don't have to say it. They're watching your fucking face, Maya.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's rude.
That's where chocolate milk comes from. One in chat if you believe that.
That's why there's a kangaroo on the carton.
There you go. See, they all believe it.
What is that? What one means?
Yeah.
One means yes or like
One means
correct.
they believe that that's where chocolate milk comes from.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate
well, good.
milk
Tell your
actually,
friends.
yeah, it actually comes from brown cows. If the
Yeah.
cow is brown, their milk is chocolate.
Yeah. How now?
If that's why strawberry milk is very expensive, because pink cows are very rare.
They only come from this special island over in Sumatra, and oh God, I was gonna do an exceptional story, but you
No,
just
continue. They only come from a special island in Sumatra, where they coexist with the Sumatran rhinos.
no, I was gonna say no.
They're actually
They came from the
out-competing
special
the
island in
Sumatran
Sumatra.
rhinos.
They used to be from Argentina, so the southernmost part of the United States, and there used to be a land bridge from Argentina over into certain parts of Asia, and then when all the continents separated, the cows separated over onto that island of Sumatra. And because of the different flowers that they eat, it causes them to be pink, and then that's where strawberry milk comes from.
Do you see, Sammy could say anything and y'all would believe her, I swear to God. That's a skill. It really is.
I'm sorry. Fuck, I should be somebody's like attorney. I just can't keep it together for long enough.
We should be attorneys.
I can't keep it together for more than like a minute. Like I can bullshit for a second.
She says it with such confidence. Sammy, 2 truths and a lie.
Two truths and a lie.
2 true animal facts, 1 not true.
2 true animal facts? No, that's way too easy.
You could do an animal fact like that and they will believe you.
No, I know, they'd believe all of them. Like that's way too hard. Like
Okay, 2 truths
there's
and a
so
lie.
many freaking animal facts.
2 truths and a lie for yourself then.
Okay, for myself.
Just for fun. 805 cerveza. It's an 805 with a little bit of lime. I can't taste the lime.
It's
All
not
it
it's not
tastes-
with lime. I don't know. Like it's supposed to be. I don't know.
All
It's
it
like a
tastes-
Mexican lager instead of like a Paso lager. I don't know.
You know what this tastes like? A Bud Light tastes like you put a piece of cedar in a lukewarm bucket of water after somebody peed on it, and you drink the water after like 24 hours. This tastes like you drink the water after like a couple weeks.
What? So it's worse?
No, it's a little stronger. It's a little more brewed.
Okay, it sounded like you were making it sound like it had been sitting out for like way longer, so
No,
this
it's
is
like
way worse.
steeping for longer.
Okay, I see.
It's less.
I'm trying to
watery.
think of things that I would like to divulge on the internet or not.
It doesn't. You have so many PG experiences. Just. Use
Oh
those.
yeah, no, these are PG experiences.
Oh.
I just don't like. I have.
I think I got the bedding on Amazon. Let's see.
I have been bitten by a hyena. I've been bitten by a hyena in Africa. I have been kissed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I have had my beaver in the cockpit of an airplane. And I'll let you interpretate that one. With the gay pilots.
Alright, which one's a lie? People are saying the first one's a lie. They got you on that one, right? Which one is a lie? Hurry, hurry, hurry. 1, 2, 3.
Well, yeah, okay, the first. Yeah, technically the first one's a lie. I have been bitten by a hyena, but it wasn't in Africa. It was in New York.
Oh, a pole! Space! Fancy. Wow.
It was in New York that I got bit by a hyena. It was not in Africa. I almost did get bit by one in Africa, but I did not. I got bit by a rhino while it chewed on me.
What the fuck?
Did not bite me.
Sammy has been kissed on the mouth by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We're very close friends. We're like family.
You said his name wrong? He's not my close friend. Sorry.
I just call him Arnie. I've never called him anything else, so
He likes to
you guys
kiss
can.
people on the mouth.
I do like to kiss people on the mouth.
I don't.
I think it's a term of endearment.
I don't even like
Like
hugging
it's-
people.
Oh, I'm a big hugger and I like kiss people on the face and like that was a big conversation I had to have. Well, not a big conversation. It was a conversation I've had to have with every single boyfriend that I've ever had. Is that like I'm a very
Thank you,
European
Kirs.
type like huggy kissy person. I do not. I always present with the fact that like I'm like I'd like to hug. I'm a hugger. I don't shake hands. If people like to shake hands, I'm cool shaking hands. If they don't want to touch, cool. But I'm like a hugger and a kisser and a like. If I know you and I love you, like that's just how I was raised. It's just a sign of affection. It's not a sign of sexualism. I've never seen that as sexual.
I don't like hugs, but I didn't think it was anything crazy. Literally, Tuesday, I had an appointment with my therapist, and she's like, oh, I wish I could hug you right now, but I know you really don't like that. And I was like, is it that obvious? Like, is it that bad? I feel like I'm not
Yeah, you
that.
are.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not. I feel like I hug people pretty often.
Took you like months to hug me.
Well, I'll hug if people initiate it. I'm just never gonna be like, hey, come here. Like, how weird.
Actually, I don't even know the first time you hugged me, because I think the first time I hugged, like actually like hugged you, didn't like high hug you,
Right.
was when you were crying on my bathroom floor.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think that was the first time I came over and I was like, can I touch you? Can I hug you? And you're like, so.
I had a breakup with my boyfriend of 5 years. The next day, I was on Sammy's bathroom floor crying.
She didn't need to be working. She showed up for her internship. And
I did go to work.
She did, and she was doing a great job. And I could see that she was visibly upset. And we had plenty of people there that day. And I was like, why don't you come take a break and tell me what's wrong?
You know the worst part? That was the day we were doing
I
a
know.
photo shoot with the animals too. We were doing photos. We were doing like headshots with the animals. And so I was trying so hard not to cry because my eyes were already swollen as fuck, and I looked like shit.
I remember that.
I looked like shit, and I had to pose with these animals and be like, yeah, yay. It was awful.
Okay, so how are we gonna continue to do this? Should we continue to do like this animal sex stuff on your channel? Should we continue to do this? Should I come down? Should I
I
come
don't fucking know.
meet you
Meet me where?
in
In
a,
LA?
yeah, in LA or something?
LA.
LA.
My goal for LA is to be in and out of there in less than 48 hours.
Okay, so then I can meet you. I just pick a new fun hotel room every time, which that sounded
Ooh,
A little inappropriate.
spicy.
But also on topic.
Animal sex in hotel rooms.
I kind of like it.
Wait, what are you talking about?
No, I mean
Oh, I
like.
thought we were gonna talk about that. I don't have any stories.
Oh no, just like yeah. No. I mean like I kind of like us like continuing to talk about this like in like picking a different hotel room every time or something, like or a different hotel every time you're in LA.
There are a lot of nice hotels in LA. Sammy has brought lots of animals to hotel rooms. And on
Yes,
planes.
and on planes. And Maya the spider monkey and Spike the alligator both used to have their own frequent flyer miles.
Big time.
Yeah. They've been featured in the centerfold of American Way magazine like more than too many times. I used to do 72 different national TV appearances every single year. They talk about the
If you've seen animals on The Tonight Show,
Tonight Show, Today
Late
Show,
Show.
Letterman, Late Show, Larry King, Good Morning America, Good Day LA, Fox LA, Despierta America, most Spanish news TV shows. There's somewhere you guys will be able to find. You guys will be able to find this. Okay. I am not. I'm gonna regret saying this right now.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
No. I'm gonna regret saying this
No,
because you
let's
guys.
talk about
No.
something else.
It'll be fun. It'll be embarrassing for me, but it'll be funny. Okay, so somewhere out there is or was, maybe it was. I don't know that it is anymore. There is a video of me on some Spanish TV. I believe I was in Miami, so it was on Despierta America, and the pixie frog that I was holding peed on
you.
me,
Damn
and then they
it.
remixed it to the music, and then it played over and over and over and over and over on the channel because Spanish TV is way more fun than like our TV.
Sad.
But anyways, so if anybody ever finds that video of me getting peed on by the frog and then remixing the music and then dancing to it like on the news, like
Well, Chad, if you guys
please.
have seen exotic animals on like the big American shows and apparently Spanish shows too, then Sammy was there somewhere.
probably. You've
Shit.
probably seen my hands and my legs and my
Sammy's
butt or
animals.
my something running off. You've heard my beaver talked about on a lot of different TV shows. My neighbors like to send me
North American beaver.
Yeah, North American.
beaver.
North American beaver. Jay Leno, I was on the Tonight Show, or like helping with the Tonight Show for different companies, different zoo associations since I was really, really little. So we were the most visited guests on the Tonight Show when Leno was there, like in history, because we were there every 2 to 4 months for like most of the years of my life. And so Jay watched me kind of grow up. I mean, we weren't friends or anything. We didn't really know each other. Like, we
Jay
knew each
Leno?
other. Yeah, Jay Leno. We knew each other. But one time, I had just turned like 18 or 19. And,
And then you gotta talk to your vet. I'm sorry.
it's the hot girl. Yeah.
Hot girl.
Hot
Continue.
girl. Yeah. So my dad's telling me what animals to go out with, and
R.I.P.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this animal out, and he's like, no, I need you to take out the beaver, and I'm like, no, I don't want to take out the beaver because Jay's a jokester and he's hilarious. One of my favorite people to ever watch on late shows, still to this day. But I walk out with the beaver, and he like stopped me, and he's like, "This is Samantha. This is the first time Samantha's ever showed her beaver on national television. Samantha, I just have to ask one thing. Can I pet your beaver?" I have nothing to say about that. It was just funny. Yeah. Pedo? What's pedo? Or did you mean Pago? Did I type it wrong? Well, that's a cute dog. Yeah, I've had, like, not that long ago, and I know this is definitely on the internet, where I have the beaver on the Late Late Show with Corden. I saw that very show. I was on the Late Late Show with Jack Hanna and Corden, and Jack was talking about the beaver, and he's asking me something, and Corden goes, "Oh, Jack, I feel a little weird talking about your beaver," and Jack looks over and goes, "Well, it's not my beaver, it's her beaver," and he goes, "Well, now I feel even weirder," or like something like that. So you guys can look that clip up. It'll be funny. That one is definitely available right now, but I think they pulled all of the stuff from Lino. So I don't think you'll ever find that one.
Girls are so extra with their snacks.
Excuse me. It is my favorite thing to make cheese plates only because this is the only thing I ever want to eat in my life ever again. If I could just eat bread, I am going to be aggressive about it. And yes, I'm going to be extra about it because, like, there is nothing else in my life that I'm extra about. I scoop shit for a living. I am a glorified fecal engineer. That is what I do. And then I'm here talking about animal sex,
So
which
let
is
her
also
have a
other
cheese
stuff
plate.
that I have to clean up, which is their masturbation fluid. So let me have my cheese plate.
I actually don't think I've ever consciously cleaned up animal sperm.
Oh my god, we used to have to scrub the macaques branch. Okay, we had a macaque named
semen
BJ,
branch. Oh.
which just all sounds bad. A macaque named BJ.
Uh-huh.
And he used to masturbate on this one branch, but we would have to like scrape it off. It was really
Ew.
yeah, it was really gross.
Ew.
It was really gross.
They had a macaque named Kayla at the zoo, and she one time pulled me down by my ponytail.
Oh yeah, she's a bitch.
She
Macaques are cats.
She reached through the bars and she grabbed my ponytail and she pulled me to the ground.
Yeah, she'll do that. If you get too close, like, I won't wear ponytails around monkeys. I mean, I try not to be around primates in general, just because they're not my favorite human or monkey. Lemurs, I'm okay with. Bush babies. I love a bush baby.
Bush babies.
But she'll, like, they can extend their arms so far, and then they'll also dislocate their arms to be able to reach you, just to be mischievous. And she would, like, reach through and grab you, and she'll just, like, wham, wham, wham you against the fence, which I watched her do that.
Yeah, at least she just pulled me to the ground. She didn't, like, throw me into the bars.
Oh, I watched her do that to somebody that I'm not going to name on this in case this ever comes back to me.
Tell me after, I actually want to. Really?
Yeah. Oh, and I warned her, and I was like, don't, and she was like, and then she backed up, and she went, wham, 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 like against the back of the cage, and then like Kayla like kept grabbing down and like kept smacking her against the cage. I had a hard time not just absolutely cracking up the entire time. This is a very mean person.
That blows.
I thought it was funny. I warned.
Is this mine?
Uh-huh. Is it almost gone?
Yeah.
That's yours.
When did I finish this one?
I don't know. What time is it right now?
It's so early.
Is it?
7:45.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. So, hold on. Why don't we... Let's do something.
Why
I'm
can't
gonna
we
do
eat
something.
the
Just because I don't want to pick, like, a specific... Like, I don't know.
I don't know what you're doing.
Okay. Hold on.
Oh. The
Okay.
book. The book.
So this is one of the, like, Bibles was gonna get up and go pee after this, but okay. So this is like one of the Bibles on animal sex, and if you ever want to read it, you definitely should, because it is so fun and so funny, and it's also incredibly informational. But it's something that I read that I referred Maya to, and it's something that I got referred to by a bunch of different other zookeepers, and it's like, it's really, you guys will have to see. So, but
My brain says that if I do a somersault, I will land with my feet right where they're supposed to be.
well, I'll move
Does
that.
anybody agree?
I think so.
You think? Really? Because my head goes like this, then, but I might hit the table. They're saying no.
Do it.
Well, some of them are saying yes.
Do it. I think you're fine to move the table.
No, my body's a lot longer than that.
Keep your legs tucked. I want to see it mostly.
Wait, what? Wait, that's bad friend shit.
No, it's not.
I'm actually
I
really
know
scared.
your body's gonna be fine. I'm just worried about your legs hitting the table. I'm not worried about anything else. Oh my.
I haven't done a somersault in so long. My glasses. Oh yeah, can you take my glasses? Oh, now I can't see anything. Jesus.
Thank God. You don't actually do it.
I'm actually really scared.
Stop being a pussy.
Okay.
And I can say that because this is about sex. That was my knee.
That was
Is your
kind of
back
sick.
okay?
Yeah, can I have
Okay.
another beer?
Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. She's gonna. Oh, Maya is. She's tipsy.
Wait,
She's
I'm
getting.
drinking an IPA now. No.
She's. No, you're not drinking an IPA.
You know what Sammy does?
You know what I might get her convinced
You know
to
what
do
Sammy
though?
does? Sammy,
What do I do?
I'm straightening out the rug.
Sit on your butt.
Sammy regulates my alcohol. Sammy, on my 21st birthday, my friends got me. Can I have your bottle opener? Got me an AMF,
Okay, I'm gonna
which I drank.
go pee
Of
while you
course.
tell this story because this is an exceptional story. They got
4 AMFs? Not for
You
me.
drank 3 of them.
I did not. No, I didn't. There's no way.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I would not let you have the 4th.
I did not drink 3.
Yes. Yes. Well, you drank 2.5. Half of the 3rd one I poured out, and then the 4th one, because you spilt your 3rd one, I continue the story.
All right.
I have to pee.
Sammy, what's an AMF? An AMF is an adios motherfucker. I don't know what's in it, but whatever it is, it shouldn't be allowed. It comes in a pitcher. It's blue, a lot of ice, lemons, whatever. And apparently I drank 2.5 of them, which there's no way that I could drink one of them and not be absolutely destroyed. And my friends apparently got me a 4th. This was on my 21st, when I was bar hopping for my 21st. And Sammy did not let them give it to me. And then they insisted on giving it to me, and Sammy knocked it out of their hands and threw it on the ground at the bar. And then carried me to my bed at home and put me to sleep. Shut up, chat. I was having a good time. I didn't even black out on my 21st. I remember my 21st. Well, I guess I don't remember having that much of an AMF. I thought it was 1. But what is this? Is this a pistachio? You can't see it. It is. I don't like pistachios. Yeah. So anyway, are we second tab for y'all? You're watching the award show? I didn't even know the award show was going on. I looked at the viewership when I went to the bathroom and I was like, whoa, what's up? Turns out something's happening. God, you're young? No, I'm not. I was born in 98. Same? Really? '95, '97, '97, '78, '99, '98, '99, '94, '95, 1,000, 2000. Wow. 2001, Danny, stop. Oh, good God. That's gotta be child labor or something. I'm scared. '96. 2002. Jat, you were born in 2002.
No.
You were born in 2004.
No.
Really? Jeez. Jat, I thought of you as being like, I do have like, okay, not that I have, it's weird. When I think of what y'all look like, I do just see like a very, very basic Twitter avatar default picture of a man. But,
Sorry.
I also do attribute qualities. I think, like,
What do you mean?
I've always thought Jat was, I don't know if this is, maybe I shouldn't,
Bottle opener. Oh, over there.
maybe I shouldn't, maybe there's something offensive in what I'm going to say, I don't know. I don't know why I think these things, never mind.
I think that about
Wait,
Maya
say
every
it.
time. Okay, so every time I think about our age difference, it's like crazy to me because
Go on. When I think of
She's
Jat,
the
I think
same
of
age
an-
as
I
my
think
little
of, like,
brother.
An Asian 26-year-old. I don't know why. What?
you're the same age as my little brother.
Really?
You're a year older, I think.
Oh.
Because you're a year older than Garrett, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're a year older than my little brother. Oh, I'm 6 years older than. I turned 29 in February.
Wow.
I turned almost 30. I'm old.
26? I don't know, dude.
I feel old. Okay, I don't feel old. I feel old with all of you guys, but that you're so young.
Thank you.
My brother is 32 and I'm 20, yeah. But like my
26,
boyfriend's
26,
10 years older than me.
36, 25, 28, 21, 26,
28.
16, 23, 19.
But when I think about like our age difference, there's so much life in between us. Like okay, if you think of how much life you went through in high school, which is like your puberty age, so going back to the sex
Zach,
topic.
you're 26? Sorry, what?
So like going back to the sex topic, like your puberty stage really happens, like it starts happening when you're in middle school. That's when you start getting your hormones, but like your actual like puberty, like metamorphosis happens when you're in high school. Like you start to become the person that you're gonna be, and like you like really start figuring out who you're gonna be and like
thought Zach
how
was
you're gonna
18.
act and stuff. But 25 is really the age of enlightenment.
Really?
Like that year of your life will change you. And I want to know from the people that are on here, like 25 is like, I think like 25 to 26 is like age of enlightenment. Like all of a sudden,
Help me
and
out.
maybe that's
23.
for like, yeah, I see a lot of people are like, I agree.
Yeah, so for men, you gotta be like 30
Yeah,
to figure it out.
which is totally fine. Like, but also like figure it out when you fucking figure it out. And okay, this is also a thing. I don't think that you should have to figure, and this is totally off topic of what we're talking about tonight, but I think we've completely veered from that. Yeah, we've completely derailed, so we may veer back to that. You okay?
I spilled.
Oh. But I don't think that you should have to figure out what you're gonna do with the rest of your life when you're 18. Like your brain's not even fully developed.
Chat, admit it's fucked up that some colleges you have to declare a major before you actually get in. I had to declare my major when I went into Cal Poly, as if I knew what I wanted my career to be when I was fucking 18 years old.
Like,
I love my major, but I got lucky as shit.
But, like, you didn't think that you were going to do this when you came to intern at ZooDU, did you?
No. I did think I was going to be in the agricultural industry.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember you telling me that. Yeah, I switched 3 times. Yeah. Like, no, like, exactly. Like, people switch all the time. And, like, I think you should be able to. Like, for the rest of your life, I don't think that should be stigmatized that you need to stick to one specific thing for the rest of your life, or that what you pick as, like, something when you're, like, 18. Like, I was watching this TikTok that, again, back to the sexual thing, that was, like, this girl on a table and this guy, like, massaging this girl's butt, and they were like, this was not at the career fair. Why did I go into marketing when I knew I could make just as much, like, doing massages?
What are we talking about?
But, like, okay. Yeah, what are we talking about? We're talking about, like, also, like, the lack of, like, opportunity and, what is Omegle?
Omega Law. It's their last name.
Omegle? Oh, okay.
We should go on Omegle.
Epstein loved these messages. I was just trying to explain Epstein to Maya, but I don't even, like, know, like, I didn't even know where to start.
She explained Epstein to me yesterday.
Kind of. Like, I barely scratched the surface of it. Like, not even scratched the surface of it. Like, it's kind of crazy. Human sexuality is, like, a whole other psychotic thing that I don't ever want to get into, and I don't think I ever really want to know.
Human sexuality is very confusing.
It's very confusing.
I heard
it's very
that
fucked up.
fetishes. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
That's why I'm wearing socks tonight.
She did actually put on socks before the stream because she was like, I should probably.
I think yeah.
Where do kids come from? My friend taught me that in 6th grade. And I did not believe her. I thought she was making it up. I thought that was not possible, that there was no way. Turns out she was being honest.
I mean, I learned a lot of stuff because I grew up at a zoo, so, like, you grow up seeing everything, so there's no, like, not explaining that to your kids. And I remember, like, one of the most vivid things I remember from being a child at the zoo, like, about, like, animal sex and stuff, is the tortoises, because they're so loud. Tortoises also, talking about penises, tortoises also have, like, a flower penis. It's actually kind of pretty. But they make a lot of noise. And, like, armadillos and tortoises have to have extra long penises so that they can fit around the shells of the female to make it to insertion.
I remember I started breeding rabbits when I was pretty young too, and I would breed show rabbits. Like, I would sell them for showing, like for conformation and for markings and stuff like that. I bred dwarf hotos and Holland lops for 4-H, and I learned a lot. I was doing, like, Punnett squares and shit when I was in middle school for my rabbits and trying to get what I wanted out of the rabbits. And I was like, wow, this rabbit looks a lot like its mom and dad. And I was like, you know what? So do I. I look a lot like my mom and dad. And that's kind of how I figured out how all that worked. It was a good learning process, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about when you grow up around that kind of stuff, where, like, there's a lot of people that grow up with super open parents that explain all that stuff to them and aren't, like, don't shy away from that. I never had to talk with my parents. Not a single time. Okay, the only time.
No way you've never had to talk with your parents.
No, never.
Sammy and her mom took me to
No.
toy.
Okay. This
There's
just.
no way you didn't have a talk with your mom.
I was about to tell the story, but you just veered that off into a completely other place.
No, it was completely irrelevant.
The only talk I ever had with either of my parents, I've never had a talk with my dad.
Same.
We'll talk. Okay, I've never had, like, the talk with either of my parents. The only thing my mom ever did say to me one time was, like, when, God, I don't even remember. I was in my my teens. I'm pretty sure I was in high school. But my mom was basically like, I know you know what sex is. You might be having it. I don't know. I don't want to know. I know you know what, like, how to practice safe sex. Like, I know you've heard that from many people. You've grown up very adult your whole life. And she goes, but there is one rule to having sex. And I was like, oh God, what is she going to say to me? And she was like, there is only one rule to having sex. And that is this. And if men don't follow this rule, you don't ever have sex with them again. And that is me first, then you, then me again. And if they don't follow that rule, you don't ever have sex with them again. And that is the most important lesson I have ever learned in my entire life, and I will take that to my grave, and I tell it to every single fucking boyfriend I have ever had in my life, and you can ask any of them.
Whoa.
Me first, then me again, then you, then me, then me, then me, then maybe you again, then me, then me.
Wow. Yeah, my mom never had to talk about
But my mom said, like, you first. You are always first.
My mom never had to talk to me. I asked my mom if I could get on birth control when I was 16, and she was like, why? And I was like, well, that was it. That was it. And then I got her insurance information, and then bada bing. That's the closest we got, I guess.
I didn't lose my virginity until I was almost 18.
Oh, I was 16.
But
I cried.
I went to private school. I don't remember my virginity losing. I just remember being really sore in the morning and the guy making me breakfast, and I was like, walked in and I was like, oh, what happened last night? And he was like, oh, and I was like, cool.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was the first night I drank hard alcohol.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, God.
It was, I'm not going to even talk anymore about it because I don't want it on the internet because it could be seen by people, and I'm not going to tell that story. But
all right.
he didn't know that it was my virginity either, so not like it was. Don't think it was non-consensual. I still am and would be very, like, I mean, not now, like, we're not together, but, like, I would never say that that was an unconsensual situation. And I have had those.
So,
An unconsenting situation. So, animal sex.
I don't have anything else. I looked in my notes for animal sex things. So what did you do with her mom? Oh yeah, me, Sammy, and her mom went to a sex store and got. Sammy actually bought it for me.
Mm-hmm.
My first
Vibrator.
My first vibrator, yeah.
I think every woman should have one.
It was very nice. Good friend. Yeah, good time. I'm gonna be honest. I don't use it.
I'm sorry.
I used it like a handful of times. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I keep a vibrator in the door of my car.
See, yeah, Sammy gets it. Do turtles that live in the desert put their eggs in holes so they don't get fried by the sun? You know what?
Yes and no. So turtles are typically aquatic. This is kind of like yes, I am wild. Sorry. It's funny. Yeah, you guys are probably going to learn a lot about my personal sex life too, which I am not shy about. But turtles are technically live in and out of the water, and tortoises are typically more dry land animals. Although tortoises can also swim and live not in aquatic habitats, like a tortoise would never live aquatically. And a turtle would never live solidly
Who got banned?
on land.
Keep going. Sorry.
But that is a way that they do it. They also do that so that other animals, so they do everything kind of underground, tortoises do. So they burrow to keep themselves cool, they burrow to keep themselves safe and protected. and then so that their babies hatch out of those places. But the turtles do the same thing. So like if you think about a sea turtle will lay their eggs on land, and they'll lay them underneath the sand, and then when they hatch, they're hatching out of the sand. So they're staying at not necessarily like a cooler or a warmer temperature of anything. It's so that it's a neutral temperature, because once you get down to a certain part of underground, everything is neutral. So when you think about hydrotherm, what's that called? When they like hydrotherm. Yeah, thermodynamics, but like
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing.
Hydrotherms for like geothermal. Thank you.
Oh God, my grandfather loves talking
Thank you.
about geothermal energy.
Not necessarily geothermal energy,
I know,
but like
it's-
geothermal heating and cooling to a house. So you have these like tubes that go up and down throughout the ground that keep the water at a consistent temperature. So the house is basically always a consistent temperature. But that's what they're trying to do to the eggs. If you have something like a crocodile or an alligator, they don't bury their eggs necessarily too deep or too high up in the ground, but the temperature, and I don't know if this is true about tortoises. Actually, I don't think this is true about turtles or tortoises, but depending on the temperature of the eggs and of the ground, right then, it dictates the sex of the baby. Is that true of all
For
turtles
sea
and
turtles.
tortoises?
For sea turtles,
For
I
sea
know
turtles?
For a fact, I don't know about tortoises.
Yeah.
But that's why climate change is affecting sea turtle populations, because the warmer it gets, the more of the clutch comes out, either male or female. I don't know which one it is. Like the warmer the eggs are, there's like a temperature gradient amongst the eggs, and so some of them, the cooler ones are like
The warmer
female,
is the
and the warmer is male, or whatever way that it is. So
Yeah, I
with climate
remember.
change, they're all coming out male, or they're all coming out female, which is detrimental for the species. So
It's also
yeah.
how we saved like the alligators and stuff when we hunted them to the brink of extinction. We would go out and like brave souls would go out and collect their eggs, because mama alligators, unlike any other reptile, are super protective over their nest. They would go out and collect the eggs. We'd bring them back into laboratories, and then we would dictate what.
Below 82 is male, above 87 is female. Neato. Thank you, Space.
Thank you. Okay, so low is male, higher is female, which makes sense to me because, as we were talking about earlier, you don't want to cook the sperm. So if you're making something with sperm inside of it, you would probably want it to be cooler to preserve that kind of stuff. Although you don't want to cook eggs either, so I don't.
Very quick side note, because I don't know why I just thought of this, but I talked to Dobbins about the bedbug sperm and how the ejaculate can shoot through the carapace of the female. And he said that he wouldn't be surprised if structurally the sperm of bedbugs is sharper than ours.
Oh, okay.
So it can literally cut
were we
through
talking about that
females.
the other day? Sperm that
Us, the
might.
two of us.
Yeah, us and Connor talking about how they're thinking that there might be sperm someday, or that there might be sperm now that is made in different shapes so that it can cut through and like.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
Yes, we literally just talked about this.
Yeah.
That they're like, we don't know yet, but there could be sperm that is genetically designed to be able to cut through like the sides of wounds and stuff, and like you could implant.
Someone said corrosive coon. Right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I wonder if there would be corrosive sperm.
Honestly, there's a penis
like
for everything.
sperm-
There's
sperm
for
attacking,
everything.
like-
There's a mushroom for everything.
Or I wonder if there could be
I-
like sperm in like, if there could be like multiple different kinds of sperm inside of a sac, so that there's like some sperm that like attacks the other sperm and like the competitor sperm, and then there's other sperm that are like the faster swimmers.
Oh, drama. That'd
Yeah.
make a good TV show.
That would be very interesting. You know what? I bet there already is, but that would be like really cool to find out about or like see happen.
Sperm survivor.
Yeah, like literally, like
The Amazing Race.
the Amazing Race. No, I mean, it all is the Amazing Race.
I gotta pee.
Every 2 seconds. I'm gonna start calling you tiny tanks. Oh, sled. Yeah, but if there's like different kinds of sperm, and I don't know, I'm gonna start, and I have talked to a bunch of different other zookeepers, and I know somebody that is a animal sexuality teacher, or an animal, yeah, I don't know what else to call it. I don't know what her official title is, but that's her job, and what she teaches at a university is animal sex and biology and stuff like that. So I'll start asking people. There's just so much. If we were to just sit here and talk about mammals, like, we could just sit here and learn about, yeah, animosexuality, animosexologist. What's the meat on the board? It's pepper salami. Yeah. Alien sex. Well, I mean, technically we're all
I found somebody in
aliens.
my bathroom.
Is that where? Oh, was he still in the shower waiting?
No, he was under my towel.
Oh. He likes to go in the shower. Mushroom. Oh, somebody said hi, Mushroom. Spans? Who spans? Spins? Spins. Spins. Says Mushroom. Yeah, there's just an unholy amount of stuff to find out and to still learn about each specific species and how every little piece of it works. And the thing Maya was wanting me to talk about kangaroos earlier is not their penises, but we've been on the penis subject, and I didn't necessarily want to switch over to the vagina subject. Sorry, I'm checking my phone to see what time it is. But the kangaroos can have up to 3 vaginas.
Mushy.
And 2 of them are typically false. One of them is the one that they use. So they can choose, they can't necessarily choose when to mate, because, like we were talking about animals raping each other, but they can choose who they want to actually inseminate with. This is what these are good for. Oh, except you are so awake right now. And down he goes. They can choose who they want to have the sperm from. So if it's a male that they don't want, yeah, plan B and plan C. So if they don't want that male, they'll shove it into a false vagina. We were talking about this with ducks too. They try and navigate it into other areas. They don't necessarily have so much control that they would be able to completely do that we know of, but that's the theory, is that they have somewhat control over that, so that they don't have to mate with that specific male, so that they can mate with males that are better suited, more like stronger, faster,
Who said, like, when my
whatever.
wife wants anal, bro? Your wife never wants anal, brother. She just loves you.
Yeah, I don't ever want anal. I just love my boyfriend. But I'm not even gonna gloss over that. But well, that was punny too. Is that what you were laughing at?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get that part.
When you chat if you love your wife. No pickles? Yeah, we don't have pickles. I love pickles.
I don't have pickles, but I love pickles. These are olives.
Chat, what the fuck? Fuck you, bitch.
This one is
You broke
got a
my
pit in it.
heart. Fuck your friends.
Okay, wait.
For tearing
Don't
us
start singing Wheeler Walker Jr.
apart.
because his other songs are so much worse.
Fuck your dog. Hope he never comes home. Fuck you.
Drop
bitch.
them out. Let me see them titties. Yeah, and then sit on my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's an.
I like him.
Andrew plays him all the time, and I don't love it.
What did I join? Welcome to the animal sex stream. I don't
But
even know what we're talking about.
so when they choose a male that is like one that they would like to mate with, that they think would be the best suitor for the future of the species, they fertilize a ton of eggs. And then they don't have to have a baby right then. Then they can take all those fertilized eggs and they can just hold them in stasis. And then they can basically choose when they want to have a baby for up to 7 years. But they can have up to 3 babies a year for 7 years.
Embryonic dipause?
It's called delayed implantation. Embryonic dipause, yes, as well. Delayed implantation and embryonic dipause. Embryonic dipause, I believe, is when you can hold it for way longer than that. They've only proved it for up to 7 years with kangaroos, but kangaroos typically have babies almost immediately, but they'll choose whether they have male or female babies, depending on the...
Embryonic tide pods.
No, you're too young. Get out of here with your fucking Tide Pods. I don't even use those in my laundry. They make me itchy.
I use them.
Mm-mm.
I like them.
No. But then they give, so then when then one day when they're like, oh, the grass is green, the water's aplenty, I think I'll have a baby next Tuesday, they pop one back into the plumbing, they cook it for about 18 days, they give birth to something about the size of a jelly bean. It crawls out of the vagina, and it is the most dramatic birth you have ever seen. And okay, not that you've ever seen in your life. I don't know what kind of human birth you've seen, but out of animals, it is so dramatic. Like, we've watched our kangaroos, like just grunting and squeezing to
Really?
pop out. Yes.
That actually is infuriating.
Like, to pop out something
Mushy.
literally, okay, not that big, but that's a jelly bean size.
That's actually infuriating. Get over it. Human birth is the most, like, crazy, traumatic, vile thing.
We're terrible. Okay, they call them primitive creatures. I want to be able to mate with who I want, when I want, fertilize when I want, implant eggs when I want, give birth when I want, and then cook it in for only 18 days, give birth to a jelly bean, and then let it crawl up into the pouch, develop here. You can abort it.
Yeah.
If you want, if like shit's
Just
stressful,
reach in
you
there.
just reach in and chuck it out. Or if you
Not
keep
here.
it at like
You're in Texas,
6
baby.
or like 6 or 7 months when it's starting to get uncomfortable for like anyone who's had a baby, like 6 or 7 months, you're starting to get uncomfortable. You're kind of like, okay, you get to start letting it in and out of the pouch and like taking a break, giving your back a break. Like, what part of that birthing and procreating process is not just perfection and they call them primitive and not us? Like,
Yeah, when
We're,
females give birth, they rip from their vagina to their asshole because the baby's too big.
my
That
mom
just
will
seems
not mind
very
me telling
efficient.
this story either, because my mom tells me this story every year on my birthday as a play-by-play.
Not every time, but like it happens quite a bit.
Oh, no, my mom tells me on
No, I know,
my
someone
birthday
else
every
has.
year, yeah. I ripped my mom from hole to hole.
Right, and that happens all the time. That shit's crazy.
Yeah. And she gives me a play-by-play of my birth every single year, and it was all natural, and
What?
It was not a choice.
She didn't get an epidural.
Nope.
You're
They were like,
fucking
it's too
with
late,
me.
and then
You're
she was
fucking
like,
with me.
I don't want you to cut me, and they were like, oh honey, that's already too late too. No, I ripped her from hole to hole. I was 10 pounds 4 ounces.
Samantha.
Yeah, they had to put a suction cup on my head to
Stop!
get me out.
Oh god.
Human
I'm never
bir-
doing it. I'm not
No,
doing it.
human. I don't want to either,
I'm not
because
doing it. I'm not doing it.
I'm not.
I'm not doing
There
it.
is
I'm not
nothing
doing it.
passing betwixt these legs that is like a new human life.
That is fucked.
No, it's so fucked. I think that, okay, my mom never had a talk with me like that. That is what she did for me. She just gave me a play-by-play of my birth every year, and I think that may have been the right decision.
That's birth control.
That is birth control at its finest, and it is still working at this age.
Man.
Yeah.
The older I get, the less I want children, man. Every time I think of, like, the idea of having a baby, the idea of pushing out a baby is mortifying to me, and I'm too scared, and I would just cry, and I would pass out, and I don't think you're allowed to, or something. I don't know. And then
Use a vacuum.
I can't even fathom raising a child right now. It'd be terrible.
Yeah. I can't imagine bringing another life into this world.
What happens if you pass out when you're giving birth? Because I would pass out. Then do they just knock you out?
No, they don't. No, they don't knock you out.
You have to have the
Well,
the
you're still having
contractions.
contractions.
You can pass out and have contractions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's ideal.
Yeah.
Maybe I can just do that then.
Well, I mean, it's not good because then you're not pushing.
Wow, thank you.
So then it causes the baby distress. So then you can, like,
Thank you for the 5.
cause the baby to die while it's
Oh,
coming out because you're not actually pushing because you're getting it stuck in some part of the birthing
not ideal.
section. Yeah. No.
That's a C-section?
But yeah.
No, a C-section is when they cut you open.
A C-section is when they cut you open right here and then
like
they
across your belly and
Yeah.
pull it out.
But what nobody tells you as a human, and this happens with almost all mammals, is that you give a second birth to your placenta. So once you're done pushing and you push out your baby, you have to start pushing again because you have to give birth to the placenta.
Isn't the placenta... Oh, you know my first experience with placenta? I was in elementary school, and my guinea pig had just given birth to 3 babies. Guinea pigs are precocial, by the way. So very, very cute mini guinea pigs that are completely capable of walking, and they have fur and their eyes are open, whatever. And the mom was eating the placenta when I went in there and saw it. And I thought that she was eating
It's very
one of the
nutritious.
babies. I thought that she was killing her babies. And so I went to split them up because I was like, Mom's going to eat babies. Like, you got to split them up. And my mom was like, she's not going to eat those babies. She wasn't eating baby. And I was like, Mom, she was eating flesh. I watched her swallowing flesh. And then my mom told me what a placenta was.
Yeah, I mean, we're one of the only mammal species that I know of, and one of very few, like, commonly known animal species. Again, I'm gonna say this a few
We should
times.
eat placenta, right? Don't people make
Oh yeah, a
pills?
lot of people eat placenta.
Yeah.
Like they make meals out of it and they like pill it up and all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's all debatable, but yeah, some people grill it, all sorts of crazy stuff. I would never eat my placenta. I don't. Yeah, it's not for me.
It's like
although
very good for you, apparently.
birth is not for me either. But we're one of the very few species that don't eat their young when they're not ready to have babies.
Oh.
Like we have abortions, but like most
Do we?
species.
Sorry. Continue.
Well,
No.
we don't know yet. We don't know
Oh,
yet.
good problem.
Yeah, that's why I want to get a coat hanger tattooed.
Oh, God!
I want to get it because I don't believe that people should ever have to have that. I don't think that they should ever have to turn to that again. That there should be safe and legal abortions. I don't know what you all think, but that's my opinion. But we're one of the only species that doesn't eat their young, or just not just eat their young, like even just abandons their young. Like even talking about bugs and fish and stuff, like they lay eggs and then they fucking bounce. Reptiles, lay eggs, they bounce. Some protect their babies, some amphibians protect their babies, some fish protect their babies. We were talking about octopus. Like mammals protect their babies, but a lot of mammals, like if their baby isn't perfect, they're like, the fuck out, friend, and like just leave it alone. Like that happens, or they just
Kangaroo.
eat them, or they manually abort.
Right.
Like we're one of the only species that makes that a negative thing, and I'm not saying that like you should kill babies or anything, but Like that's not what I'm trying to say. But like we're one of the only species that doesn't do stuff like that. Yeah, people used to throw them away. Yeah, morality. Yeah, no, completely. Morality, like, obviously, like,
Morals
I don't...
are boring and expensive. Eat your kids.
It's nutritious. Nutritious and maybe delicious.
That was a lot that I said that. I don't know. I feel like that was fresh in my mind because I talked about it today with Connor. That morals is boring and expensive quote is from Amaranth.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm just saying that we are the only species that I know of that doesn't either abandon, manually abort, or eat their young if they're not ready or
The story of Hansel and Gretel.
imperfect.
I thought that Hansel and Gretel grew up in a gingerbread house and ate cookies.
I want to note something really quick too, because I just said imperfect, and that kind of hit me a little bit hard. Because my
Touch this in my mouth.
my aunt growing up had severe Down syndrome, and my grandma had to steal her from the hospital because they wanted to take her away and put her in a group home, and she took care of her until
Is your aunt?
Jeanette?
I didn't know it was your aunt.
Yeah, that was my aunt. That's my
I
mom's
never
sister.
knew what your relation
Yeah,
was.
she just passed away like a year and a half ago.
I didn't know what your relation was.
Yeah, that was my mom's sister. So like I'm not saying that what I'm talking about with the animals is necessarily something that we should do, but I'm just saying that we're the only species that doesn't do that. And it's definitely like food for thought to say that almost every other species in the world that I'm aware of does those kind of things. But yes, you guys were talking about morality, and yes, my Down syndrome aunt was the best thing in my life for many years.
Very nice lady.
Yeah. Except she would, when she was towards her old age, she lived to be like 61 or 62 or something. Towards her old age, she would be done with you being in the house. So she'd walk, like, you'd walk in the house and she'd and she was very nonverbal, but when she was like, when she'd had enough of just like at least like allowing you to be there and her flipping through her magazines and stuff, she'd get up.
Did you see that?
She would just do.
I tried to catch it in my mouth.
She'd get up and she'd come over to you and she'd sorry. She'd grab you like this and she'd lead you over to the door and she'd be like, "Okay, you go now. You go now." Like,
Damn it.
okay, you're done. We'll leave. Goodbye. You're like, all right, I can respect that. Like, you're like, she was basically like, shut the fuck up, you're being too loud, get the fuck out of my house. Like, that's good. Oh man. All right, everyone, we've derailed from this so much.
True. Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about anymore. I have no other facts. I looked through my notes. That was all that I brought to the table.
I mean, I have a million other facts, but then we just go like way off, and I want to not sit here and talk for 20 hours. I mean, we could, but
Yeah. We went for a while.
Yeah.
Chat. I'm gonna say that's it. Sammy leaves tomorrow. So this is the last stream that Sammy's gonna be on. Big time. Hooray. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that there was a big thing going on tonight, so I appreciate you being here if you were here the whole time. I hope you learned a lot. Animal sex is very interesting. There's a lot to it. Space, thank you for being in my PC and being ready to pull up pictures. I know I pulled up a lot less than I expected. Honestly, because I don't know, everything that I wanted to pull up just felt like too much.
yeah,
So
it is. But you guys should research an echidna penis cat penis. Like, I mean, kangaroo vaginas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or if you don't want to, don't.
I'm looking at who to host.
But also, we just set up the entire spare bedroom at my house
Okay.
with all the camera equipment and everything for me and my mom.
All the stuff you got donated.
Yeah, we set it
Fancy.
all up. But
I don't know who to host.
we
Who do I host?
don't know anything about anything technical, so
Oof, me neither.
if there's anybody that wants to help us.
Ding dong.
What?
Host is an emote. Ding dong.
Oh.
It's your.
If anybody wants to help us do that kind of stuff and do, yeah. Is that like.
Alright, I'm setting up a raid for Seer right now. Everybody hearts in chat for Sammy for coming. Very fun. Very nice. Lots of education. Good stuff. Fun stream. I'm raiding Seer. Today is. What day is it? Thursday. It's Thursday. So I will not be live tomorrow. Cutie's Christmas concert is on the 11th, which I believe is Saturday. Wine About It is this Sunday. Okay? So I will see you this Sunday. The idea is 5 p.m. PST. You know how that goes. So that's 7 p.m. CT. We'll see. If we can start on time, hopefully we can. Wine About It is this Sunday. Cutie's Christmas concert is on Saturday. I'll talk about that, or I'll announce that in my Discord. And then I'm meeting with Joe and Ilya on Monday, and then on Tuesday I'm on Hassan's stream with XQC and Adept and Cutie and Lud for gingerbread houses or something. So I'm in LA this weekend. I'll see you for streams there, and I'll see you in 2 days for that. Go say hi to Seer. Okay? Goodbye.